Oh,
What you like? Oh, never mind.
wait, what's the session y'all do?
Oh my god, you just.
I don't. Yes. Yes. Okay, so that's why you asked. Okay. True. So is Nibble gonna take up the immersion slot because of that? Oh, it's RP.
Hi, Jace. There we go. That's working. It's working. Discord. Someone speak.
Hello.
Yeah, it's
What
working.
up?
How you doing? Hey there.
Alright, you can stop now. Hey there, Paula.
Oh,
Oh my god, thank you for the resub. I know it's been a while since I streamed. 58 months!
yeah, how is Miss higher level than me in Rival?
Suck.
Because she plays like every day.
Because unlike you, Brennan, she's on the grind. She's not just casual, you know?
Facts.
Yeah, get on my level. Bronze 2.
We out here. Round
3
it.
wins, 1 loss, baby.
Basically where I'm at.
Zach, stop.
It's okay if we connect?
Wow. No wonder I got a whisper on that one quick. Oh shit.
What's up?
It's actually kind of good.
Yeah, that worked out.
Oh shit. They're releasing the PS4 Spider-Man suit in Arrivals on the 30th.
Oh, really?
Okay, I'm here. Sorry.
Coming back.
Session in progress.
Oh boy.
Oh my
Good luck.
God.
Have fun, don't die.
So it will just be the 2 still? What do you mean, Apollo?
I thought the Apollo was coming.
I never scheduled him in.
Huh? What do you mean you never
You-
scheduled him in?
Are you nervous?
No, I'm confused.
No, I was in for the session.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Yeah, you're not nervous?
No.
Okay, that's good.
It'll be me, Miss, and
I
Nibble.
thought the Apollo was coming because the Apollo thumbs up.
That was for availability, but I mean, he's here and
But,
he's ready.
The Apollo was like the Apollo went.
Was he part of Mysterio?
No.
No, the Apollo went with Blair to go chase the dragon.
You mean Trevos?
Sorry, yes, Trevor.
It's okay.
I'm
Okay.
just looking at like the names and stuff on the session announcements of who.
He was the
That's
engine
why I
power.
thought-
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that's why he was.
Oh well, then he can session. I don't care.
Yeah, come on in, Apollo.
I invited Brandon too because he's the warden of water. He'd be able to like focus on the fight and on his connection to Ophiuchus too, so he'd be able to help. So I suggested it in case you guys need an extra person.
Can we connect?
Yeah, you can connect. I leveled everyone. I don't need to level you for this, Miss, but it would be a good idea to level you in general. So, because that's why I was leveling everyone, is because these are the last like three or four sessions. So
Yeah, it was just family game night last night, so and I saw.
Yeah, I know.
everyone got it.
I heard Maddie yelling.
Don't trust him.
Jolt was
Don't.
chasing him. Jolt killed me.
Don't ever trust him. I went to go do a task with him, and he fucking killed me.
LOL! That's so good!
He goes, it was an accident. I was like, it wasn't an accident. You did it on purpose. He was like, well, I was planning on killing you, but not right then. I thought the level had to go all the way up, and it was only at halfway when it killed you. So he did it on purpose, but what a butt. And then I got him killed too. I was in the camera room just like flipping through like the different feeds, and I saw him and Quay in like the infirmary, and I was like, what's going on here? What are the two guys like? Because they weren't doing a task, they were just standing there for like a second, and then I saw
Thank you for the reset, Thunder.
ink her and kill her, and I ran out, and I was like, I just witnessed Beeves murder Miss Quay. And so then we killed Beeves. We killed him because we thought he was the dissident. But what I didn't see, because I hadn't gotten like there early enough, was she tried attacking him, so he killed her in self-defense. But by the time I got to him, I got to that camera feed, all I saw was him attack her and kill her. Oh.
You gotta catch Thunder slacking day, Paula.
Zach?
I don't think it's ever
gonna happen.
I need to get to the music. Where is it? There it is. Stream. Oh, this is upbeat. Oh, I know what this is. Yeah, there it is.
I brought something up with while I was leveling everyone that I didn't get a chance to speak to Depala and Miss Mess about.
I was high.
It's okay, don't worry about it. I've been trying to get. It's like I've gotten Rick and Thunder to be pretty hardcore invested in Marvel Rivals lately, which is kind of fun. And then we play with Brandon whenever he, they let him out of his cave.
For real.
So it's okay. It's okay, Depala. I don't need you. We're good.
Wow.
Thanks.
Wow.
That's not where I
And
thought
Miss
that was
Mess.
going.
Oh,
Okay.
Miss. Don't get me started.
Kinda harsh. We don't need you, Paul.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's it. I did
I
bring
keep-
something up while I was leveling everyone. I had some people come up to me, and not some people, like 2 people maximum, and it wasn't even like a concern, it was just like a question. And I brought it up with everyone who seems to like have differing opinions. Steve wants to kind of organize a little get together for like 10-15 minutes and just talk about it. This campaign is getting close to the end, and we had kind of focused on Kingdom Hearts, but I was offering everyone to kind of like talk and kind of discuss amongst each other and see what they would like next. If Kingdom Hearts is too much Final Fantasy in a row, like Final Fantasy, because it will be a different story. You guys will start from the beginning. There'll be different characters, some similar characters, but Green Mage is still there, Black Mage, like it still has a lot of Final Fantasy elements in it. And it felt like maybe some people would prefer something differently themed, just to kind of, change it up a bit.
So are the concerns that the classes are gonna be too similar because the story is completely different? So is
Yeah,
it gonna be
it's
like
mostly
a different
just-
arc of the same game? It's just different story. Is that the concern?
Well, no, it's gonna be completely separate, like I've said before, but it's a different world, it's a different dimension. There are some strings connected, but like it won't be the same. Like it'll be a completely different world. Kind of like there were strings connected to the Wheel of Time campaign in this campaign, but it wasn't the Wheel of Time campaign, right? It was just completely different. But there will still be Firaga. There will still be summons. There will still be green mages and some classes that overlap. There will be new classes. There'll be a bunch of old ones too, with updated mechanics, but still similarly themed mechanics. Point is, I asked it, in case some people wanted something different, like a different theme, like something kind of completely left field. And I told everyone to kind of mull it over and tell me what they would like next. Some people said Kingdom Hearts. Some people said Pokemon sounded really fun. So I just kind of want an idea of how everyone is feeling. So far, everyone's told me that they'd be pretty okay with anything I chose. And I kind of explained that I was kind of giving you guys the opportunity to give me your input, just so I could have an idea of, you know, like if the Final Fantasy stuff for some people it's enough already, you know what I mean? Then obviously you could let me know. So just
Wow,
something
somebody's
to.
so offended they left. I
Just-
want to do Pokemon if we can do Pokemon because I was super excited about that. But as everybody else probably said, like, oh, first of all, you are doing all the fucking work.
Yeah.
So
Bingo.
everybody else is just have suggestions. I was super excited about Pokemon because that's completely new, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's completely, but with that comes completely new fucking work. And
Yeah, but it's fine. It's the same amount of Pokemon was actually well underway to being ready. It's the same amount of work as Kingdom Hearts. So asking for Pokemon is actually cutting down my work. Another one that people may have wanted was Lord of the Rings. That one would increase my workload just because like only rudimentary things are ready for like a Middle Earth campaign. So Pokemon, I would make it. I was thinking of doing like all these complicated things, but to be honest, Pokemon, I'd probably make the starters, the like baseline starters, the jobs. And then when you guys get a second Pokemon, it'll be like your second spec. You know what I mean? Like your second spec, you pull out another Pokemon, and you can use that second spec whenever you want. And I think that would leave it at that. Just everyone has 2 combat Pokemon and then like 1 out of combat Pokemon. Then everyone can have the 3 that I was talking about initially. So I would probably go with a very similar system as far as that is concerned. Like everyone getting 2 specializations, and then a third one for like out of combat stuff. So it would be easy to prep everything, and I'd give you guys like a list of starters. And then the starters would be the starting classes, etc. So if you would be interested in Pokemon, then there are a couple of people that kind of voiced the same opinion. So it's not a terrible thing to ask.
if I give you my top like ranking type of thing, I would say Pokemon, Lord of the Rings, and Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3, and then the completely off left field one is you said it one time, once upon a time, is Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah, Star Wars is like a dream of mine someday.
Yeah. So we can do that 5 years from now when the next campaign is over.
But everyone's is like implying that. It doesn't mean the next one will take that long. Jesus. Everyone's like, oh, it's okay. We'll decide again in another 6 years. Rick said last night. It was pretty funny.
See, I'm more optimistic. I said
want
5.
it to last that long.
This one got away from me. It was not supposed to last almost 7 years. This one got away from me, to be honest. But it was fun. It was a good ride, though. So, but yeah, just something to think about. I know Miss Mess was excited for Kingdom Hearts, but also when we were doing Pokemon, she was kind of into Pokemon too. So I wanted to bring it up with you.
More people have an advantage over me in Pokemon.
Oh, but that's okay because my campaign comes from me. Like
Yeah, but-
Easter knowing IVs it's gonna be more of a detriment to him
The thing
than a
is,
boon.
like, even when I play like Sword and Shield and Violet Scarlet, I had to like always go like I think I had a thing pinned in like one of the chats with Maddie of what is weak and strong and normal against everything.
You mean
So I have to
typings,
like
yeah.
so I have to continue like everyone's gonna know like off the bat, and I feel like
I mean, I don't know.
No. So just to give you like just to make you feel better about that,
We'll make a chart.
I'm gonna have a chart pinned as the DM.
Yeah.
This mess. I'm gonna be over here going, super effective.
Well, I'll put
So-
it this way. Easter doesn't know like half of what I know about Pokemon.
Yeah.
that's what I'm
My
saying.
my knowledge ain't even gonna help in the campaign. With
No,
typing,
it won't.
that's it. I just won't have to glance at the chart.
But
But
like
other than that,
But I
the
feel
story
like
will be completely different. You know what I mean?
But
Like
see, with Disney, I know the story is going to be different, but I feel like I can be a bit more invested. Not like I'm not going to be invested in Pokemon, but like I'm more invested because I know this stuff. You know what I mean?
well, yeah,
like,
you're Miss Disney, of course. Yeah, I get that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
I think
feels
I mean-
nice
I think if we do
to
Disney,
be-
I'm gonna be at disadvantage to Miss Beth.
But
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I I feel like I want to be at an advantage because when I came into Final Fantasy this campaign, I was at a disadvantage because
You
I never
were,
played.
but now you're
But
like,
now you're not.
now you're a Final Fantasy fanatic. Like
Yeah.
now you've joined the cult like me and Maddie. That's what when me and Maddie first met. That's how we bonded. Final Fantasy. So like and now you're
But
Final
it took
Fantasy.
time to get there. I want to have the jump on people from jump.
Jump
My
on people.
God.
There's no need though. Like it's just a fun campaign. Like oh look.
I'm gonna be like,
Yeah,
we're
this
gonna
just
fight
has
Cerberus, and I'm gonna be like, look, okay, when it's about to open up the little black portals, what we need to do is jump on his back heel and then jump on
That's
She's
how we're
like-
gonna all
and
die.
I'll be talking to you like I talk to Easter. Like stop metagaming.
So do you really want to be Easter?
Did you watch that that stream? It took me an hour to
Yeah.
defend
Your Kingdom Hearts streams I've been watching just because I love Kingdom Hearts. But yeah.
And Maddie's little PNG where it's like he's crying when he's not talking and then it's his angry one. Especially on Thursday when like I kept falling because I keep using the A button or whatever the bottom button is to jump because that's what it is in my other games. But in Kingdom Hearts, it's the right button. And so I kept falling off
circle.
of stuff. And he's like,
Yeah, you're right. And you're playing one, so the thing
1.5 or whatever.
yeah, the thing with one is the jumping is janky in it.
It
It's
is
almost like
Yeah.
it takes a
'Cause
while to jump, and if you like
I'm
run off, there's no
Yes.
like yeah.
That's
I know
what I'm
what you
used
mean.
to is running and jumping so you get
Yeah.
that extra oomph. But this one, I try and do it and then I just fall off.
And you
I'm
fall.
like,
Yeah. Everyone feels that way about KH1. When you play 2 eventually, you'll run and jump and you'll go, "Oh, thank God they fixed it."
Yeah, everyone's saying
Like-
that like this one
Yeah.
feels bad, the controllers, and once I go to
Yeah.
like the next one, it feels so much
It's so
better.
good. It's so good. And the thing is, the problem is like back when Kingdom Hearts 1 came out, and those of us who played it were like, this is the best thing ever made because we didn't know any better, right? And then 2 came out, and the controls were actually like proper, and we're like, oh my God, this is like the best thing in the world.
Oh,
Kind
the
of like-
camera control was 10
Yeah,
times better.
yeah, for sure.
So it's up to you, like everyone said, but I would like either Pokemon or Disney #1.
Mhm.
And I guess like
Lord of the Rings.
Rings #3,
Mhm.
and my pipe dream of #2 is revamped Wheel of Time.
Really?
Classic.
To be honest, that's something I could kind of consider for the one after this. Like, if people want, like those of you who missed Wheel of
Yep.
Time and wish you were
That's
part of it,
me.
we could do like a Wheel of Time 2.0, like rebirth or something. Yeah, that might be cool. Yeah, that would be fun. To be honest, I'll remember that. But yeah, okay, I'm glad that you're okay with a Pokemon, even though you would prefer Disney because you know more about Disney. I can tell you that it's not going to help anyone. Like, I know there are people who know a lot about Pokemon. The people who thought they knew a lot about Final Fantasy when it started knew nothing about my campaign, my Final Fantasy. So, in fact, I got in a lot of arguments with people who thought they knew better. Like, Toos was a big Final Fantasy fan, and I got into a lot of arguments with him because he was like, that's not how that's supposed to work. And I'm like, that's how it works for me, you know? So, and of course, Easter, you guys know I get into arguments with him all the time just because, well, not anymore. Now he's less bad. Before, he was like, no, that's not how that works. I'm like, okay.
Just
That
don't
doesn't,
tell
you know.
him that.
So yeah, I think everyone will be mostly on even ground except the people that know. The typings will be the same, yeah. Except the people who know evolutions by heart or moves, even move sets. I'm gonna create custom moves. Like, it's not just gonna be Pokemon moves. I'm gonna make my own shit up. So like, even then, you know, like I can't wait till I use one of my custom moves and like someone like Easter learns it and goes, I don't remember that. And I'm like, you're not supposed to remember that.
Clefairy, use bitch slap.
That would be such a funny name for for a fairy type. Okay. All right. So I'm glad I got your opinions.
Is there gonna be Gigantamax and like the new crystal
Eventually, when you guys get to that region that has it, yeah, probably it'll be a new, like, an introduced thing. But at first, it'll just be, basic stuff, level 1 stuff, which I think will be fun because everyone is like, oh, I want this Pokemon, right up until they come across a Pidgey with a broken wing and they want to like help it, nurse it back to health, and they're like, you know what? I will burn this forest to the ground if something happens to Pidgey.
God damn it, Neil.
Oh, I was gonna burn it to the ground anyways.
Yeah, don't let Neil start with a fire starter, please. Okay, I'm happy actually that you guys gave me your opinions. So, let's get to the session. The last time we left off, we were just about to engage Mustadio, who was cornered inside a pocket dimension inside the realm of the Empty, which is inside Zodiark's faith tree. The party subsequently went into the portal, cornered Mustadio, defeated him, but also managed to turn him, as in kind of show him that it was not their intention to abandon him, and kind of make him see the light and stop this selfish rampage he was on, due to basically feelings of being hurt and betrayed. And mostly Nibble was able to convince Mustadio to just kind of abandon his tirade and to join them and to try, in trying to stop Zodiark. But in order to get inside the pocket dimension, Warriors of Light had to bait a giant space worm to chase after the Strawl. That subsequent then took off, and after the worm flew after it, the other party was able to make it inside. So what we're doing tonight is we're going to take the people that were on board or who are telepathically present, in Nibble's case. We're going to take those people and we're going to finish that event to see what happens as far as Ophiuchus' fate and of course the fate of the people inside the Strawl. Currently, inside the Strawl, we have Trevos, we have Blair, we have Lumi, Jekyll as one of the NPCs, Balthier, Shadow and Edge. Shadow and Edge are still injured from their confrontation with Mustadio when you guys first entered the Empty. They are definitely healthier than they were, so they are capable of doing stuff, but they will have some limitations due to their injuries still being present. Jekyll's fine. Actually, I think they fixed... I think you guys... let me check my notes. You guys fixed Jekyll's air sickness, I think, last time.
Yeah, Karis did
one
that
of
before
you
they dropped off.
Yeah, so Jekyll's actually good. He's not airsick anymore, which is pretty surprising because he spent most of the time inside the Empty airsick. And then Balthier, well, Balthier's just Balthier, so... does anyone have any questions about the session? Okay, well, if that's the case, then let's move on. We'll find ourselves inside the Strawl, flying at extremely high speeds into the depths of the Empty. One moment. As you all traverse into the Empty, everything will blend together. You'll see stars, galaxies, celestial bodies just kind of zoom by as the Strawl just rockets through space at top speed, with Balthier intently looking forward in the cockpit, piloting, dodging swipes from the giant great worm that is currently chasing the party. For reference, whoa, there's a lot of stuff here that's not supposed to be here. Okay. Can somebody stream their Fantasy Grounds for me?
Yep.
Does anyone see the image I shared?
Yes.
Okay. Previously, in the previous session, Nibble, using his newly acquired powers as the Warden of Water, was able to, Warden of the Tides, more specifically, was able to forge a connection with the Great Worm and connect with the consciousness that is inside it, which he discovered to be Ophiuchus or Serpentarius, whichever one you prefer. His Lunarian name being Xandros. Xandros?
Andrews.
Yeah. Once Nibble made the connection, he was able to calm the worm for a second and kind of allow Xandros to take control for a moment and to kind of steer the worm's fury towards the straw, allowing the party to go inside and to pursue Mustario. So that's something that I didn't mention before. We're gonna switch the music.
Hello, Timmy. Welcome in. We're having a fantastic Saturday. Ooh, what is this? Oh, it's Sunday.
It's chase music.
Hope you're having a good
You
Sunday.
guys feel like you're being chased?
Yep.
Okay. It's actually from Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's the motorcycle chase music.
Ah.
I knew that. I played this on theater rhythm.
On theater rhythm, yeah. Okay, so see, there's the advantage. Eventually.
But I know music.
What was I saying? Yeah. So, for reference, Astral Great Worm. For reference, chasing the straw. Celestial bodies. Shit. What did I call it? Celestial bodies will fly by the party as they continue to be chased by the Great Worm. It doesn't fly, it gallops on all fours, and as its feet would touch nothing but emptiness, you'll see ripples just kind of appear in space as the creature just gallops at full speed like some sort of hellhound, hungry to destroy the straw. The engines of the straw are white hot. Even the Mako steel that surrounds the engines now is slowly becoming brighter and brighter, first turning to a red and then to a white hot color. Balthier is sweating as he quickly maneuvers around, dodging the giant claws of this great worm, which very easily is 5 times the size of the straw, and just kind of in a frenzy, howling as it chases all of you down. I wanted to get to the landscape, show you guys a landscape. This mess is not gonna like this landscape.
It's underwater.
Oh, that's pretty. Maximize.
It does look like a deep, dark ocean below, and then nothing but cosmos as far as the eye can see, as the creature lands its feet upon what looks like rippling water. Again, like I said, ripples will form, and instead of sinking, it'll leap back up and continue running. The straw hurtles through space. Already you can tell that the straw is not going to be able to sustain this for very long. Now my voice changes. Where am I? Wait, what? All right. All right, warriors. I hope you have a plan. Because the engines are already failing, and I'm already getting red signals from the crystal inhibitor. If you're going to do something, now's the time to do it. I could use someone in the co-pilot's seat, helping me avoid this thing if possible. If not, we need more juice being fed to the crystal inhibitor, and then of course whatever you'll plan to do to calm this thing down or to destroy it. As Balthier speaks, Jekyll will approach and grab the seat behind him, as if like gripping on for dear life. His eyes are wide. Do not worry, friends. The former Dynast King, I almost forgot what it was there for a second, is here to help. What would you have me do? And the two passenger seats behind, the two ninjas will just kind of nod quietly, as if to kind of showcase their ability to help, their willingness to help if they are needed. Let me get your shadow. Go ahead, Miss Mess, you were gonna say something.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, since Blair is the Warden of Wind, and I know that we were, I guess, able to maybe track Mystario with either like death or light, or I think he even said wind would be able to track him. Could Blair use her power to find a spot that has less Zodiac concentration, I guess? Because I know this is his domain, but I don't feel like he can be 100% everywhere all the time. Like, there's got to be a little space that, like, he's possibly neglected or forgotten about during his whole plans of doing the takeover of, I guess, the world and swallowing it up and everything.
Okay, so your theory is that Zodiac's radiation is different depending on where you are inside this place. Okay.
Yeah, possibly.
It's not a terrible theory. Do you have a way of sensing that? Using wind, I'll tell you now, it's not very intuitive, wind, to like sense out radiation like that. Unless you can come up with a unique way of doing it using wind. I'm not thinking of one to do it naturally with wind. The cosmos would be a way to sense it, obviously. Darkness as well, but darkness is fighting Mystario at the moment, so technically Zavara's not here. Was Steve part of the fight with Mystario?
I think so.
No. Karnan, Zavara, Karos, Nibble.
I do have Astromancy though, but I didn't know what, because I was a part of that, but then I never got what the stats are supposed to be.
Oh, we can give that to you. We can give that to you. Savande has it, right? For Astromancy? Okay, if you have Astromancy, you can use that to try and like see if you can detect different levels of radiation within this place. Definitely.
Dex Wisdom +5.
For those of you who like numbers, you've been, at this point, the time where you get control of the situation, the Strahl has been full throttling it for about 5 minutes. This is about 5 minutes since you guys have left the door and left your companions behind with Nidhogg. Don't forget, Nidhogg's not here.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's been about 5 minutes with the Strahl going full speed for you guys to try and make distance enough for you to actually, attempt something with Ophiuchus. In that time, the crystal inhibitor's integrity is 53% at the moment. Okay. Anything beyond 75%, the inhibitor will start to degrade. That means that the Mako steel that it is made out of and the crystal that is being used to focus the energy will literally start to dissolve because of the heat. Okay? You're at 53%. 75% is where it starts to degrade. If you go higher, it may last longer, depending on what you do, but that is the current status as well. Now, there are exhaust pipes that that funnel the energy from the inhibitor to the rest of the straw. Every single one of those right now is about an 80% threshold for the amount of heat that it can take. Okay?
Okay, so with astromancy, because I'm assuming it's like projecting out and feeling, or is it just reading the stars?
It's reading the stars, but the stars with astromancy, they tell a lot. Like you can read destiny, like full-on futures, pasts using astromancy in the stars. So finding something like, especially within this place, trying to read the stars in an effort to kind of gauge radiation levels from one area to the next is definitely possible.
Okay. Is it possible that I can do astromancy while sending out wind in thoughts of that if I'm sending out wind and there's like enough radiation, it's gonna feel a certain way, right? Like the wind's not gonna feel like it can push through as much. It's gonna feel, I guess, like if you think of it going through like a tight corridor, right? But if there's any pocket that is more open, like I'm gonna be able to feel the wind expand, right? Because she not only flies, but she's also a dragoon. She's a Hell Knight and a dragoon, so she's very familiar with it. Mm-hmm. So could I start reading stars, and as I start maybe seeing something that looks like it, send wind out that way to sense if there is any like pocket openings?
So you don't have to since this place is not a vacuum, technically this place is not a vacuum. There is air within this place, otherwise all of you would have died as soon as you entered here. You don't need to send wind out. What you can do, what you'll do as the Warden of Air is you can kind of reach out your consciousness to the wind in a particular area and just kind of get a gauge for how it feels within that area. So yes, you can do that, but you don't need to channel the wind. You can just kind of, it's like projecting your perception. You know what I mean? So definitely you can do that. I'm gonna need 2 rolls. First, I'm gonna need an astromancy roll so you can like determine different sections of this area. Depending on how high your astromancy rolls, you'll only be able to scan certain sectors within radius of the straw at a time. Okay. So the rest of your party may need to buy time as you're trying to detect a place that is less influenced by Zodiac. And then the second one is once you actually kind of get an idea for how far you can kind of sense where there may be different radiation levels. That's when you'll roll your what the heck did I call it?
Channel air.
Channel air.
Yeah. Channel wind.
Channel
so
wind.
Here's another thought. I don't know if it works this way or if I just watched too much Agatha.
I watched it all now too, so
I know like the elements aren't necessarily sentient, but since we're wardens of our respective stuff, are we able to somewhat communicate with those elements and ask?
So by communicate, you mean sense, yes, but the wind won't actually speak to you. But I guess it technically can speak to you based on like how you perceive, the like, wind in any particular area.
If I asked the wind, like, would it be able to guide me to a safe zone, or that's too witchy fantasy?
No. It's more your interpretation of like the way the wind feels in any particular area. So no, technically you are asking the wind. You're just not talking to it directly because it doesn't have sentience. But
yeah,
you do. So are you saying you want to use just channel wind?
I want to also use astromancy and that because I think maybe astro will help. But I think the wind guiding me to the right stars would help more. I don't know.
So that's 2 different things, but technically you can roll one of each though to see which one works better, but it's gonna make time go by because you can't do both simultaneously. So pick the one you want to do first.
I'll do the wind.
going with your warden power first. Got it.
Yes. Okay, I couldn't find it for a second. I found it.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, that's one way to do it. Okay, as Balthier, Balthier will have his hands on two different joystick-looking things. One is a thruster, and one is a the hell's the word? Like God damn it, what's the word? An axis control. So basically what it does is it turns the axis of the airship as it soars through the cosmos on either one side or the other, and the other one controls the actual speed of the engine. Now, of course, the left one, which is the one that controls thruster speed, is literally just jacked forward as far as it can go, and you see that Balthier is just kind of gripping it white-knuckled and just pushing it forward as the entire straw just kind of rumbles. The worm will leap forward and reach out one of its claws, and as it does so, Balthier will just kind of dart his eyes up to one of the monitors, and the airship will swirl to the left, just kind of doing a barrel roll and avoiding the creature's claws narrowly. Like, you guys will literally hear the giant claws just kind of swoosh past the airship as Balthier narrowly dodges it, and Balthier will just kind of turn his attention, raise his eyebrows, and just kind of go like, any day now. As he does that, Blair's eyes will shut, and as she becomes completely in tune with the wind for thousands of miles in any given direction, her eyes will open. But instead of being Blair's normal eye color, there'll be a bright emerald green, just kind of glowing as she opens her eyes. Simultaneously, she feels every molecule of air within this place for 1,000 miles in any direction, and she instantly senses that to the southeast, behind where you guys just came from, just a little to the north of where the actual gate was, there is a pocket of energy where Zodiarc's radiation is reduced. Why? Because Zodiarc avoids the gateway that leads to that pocket dimension at all costs, because something inside there scares him, as you guys, as the ones who were part of the Mustadio session, have already learned. Blair, you sense that just to the north of the gateway where you guys left 5 minutes ago, that's like, that place has maybe, like, compared to the, I don't know, if we're using percentages, compared to like the 100% of radiation that is, like, you know, elevates between 80 to 120% in any given area, that place has maybe 20% of Zodiarc's radiation. It is very, very thin. Problem is that if you want to go back there, the Stroll's gonna have to do a U-turn and go in the other direction somehow. So instantly, her eyes open, and I'm assuming you're going to communicate that to your party?
Yes.
Okay.
So Blair will look at Balthier with her eyes still green, and she'll say, "You won't like it. But I believe we need to turn back towards the gate, just slightly north of where we had left. There's reduced Zodiarc's radiation. Only like maybe 20% of him is there. And if we're to fight, then I feel like that is the best, because perhaps the beast will also be weakened in that location."
As you tell him this, Balthier, as he's like doing the piloting thing, fully intent, he'll take a few seconds to just kind of turn slowly toward you.
And Blair will just look at him, and she'll say, "I know you call me a thief, but since I am now the real sky pirate here, do you need the wind to maybe cool the jets, or to amp up the power to get us there?"
Is any of you here perhaps the Warden of Ice or Coolant?
Our Majesty, Dynast King, formerly known as, is not the Warden. A slight miscalculation by whoever picked that, but he definitely has the power to use ice even without being the warden. He doesn't need the power. I think that's why he wasn't selected, honestly.
Thank you, most loyal disciple. Indeed, the warden of ice and water. In actuality, in name only, it is the mouse. As Balthier, so as you did that, Blair, and discovered the location and explained it to him, as Balthier made the saving throw, succeeded the saving throw, and made the barrel roll, the inhibitor went from 53% to 62%. And the exhaust pipes have gone from 80% to 88%. Again, becoming white hot, losing their original bronze color and literally just being white. Currently, Blair can aid with the cooling or the speeding up of the airship after this one round is finished. But for now, if any of you want to contribute, since Blair actually did the whole sensing thing, now's your chance to do it. As DePaula makes the suggestion, not DePaula, Trevos makes the suggestion, Jekyll will immediately leave the seat that he was standing behind and just kind of make his way down into the inhibitor room. I'm assuming you yelled that up, Trevos?
Yes,
I think you're in the engine room, right? Yeah.
I am literally a battery attached to this engine right now.
Okay. As Jekyll descends the ladder, he'll just kind of look around. Right. Where would you require my expertise, Master Trevos?
You see those white pipes? Yeah, they're not supposed to be white.
I'm sorry, that was funny. They're not supposed to be that color!
You could assist with those, please, Master Jekyll.
Ah, yes! Very well, then. Jekyll will shut his eyes and will rub both of his hands together, and as he does, his eyes will take on a tinge of blue as he channels water, and will just push both hands open palmed forward very gently. And instead of shooting out a stream of water that could fuck up the integrity of the pipes, the tactics roll that I just rolled for Jekyll will make him realize that anything that is done too suddenly may actually further damage the integrity of the pipes. So instead, very light mist of radiation will just kind of spread across all of the pipes that lead the power to the different sectors, subsystems of the straw. We'll just kind of cool and just kind of lay along the pipes, reducing their heat by an astounding 23%.
Damn.
Woo!
Bringing the heat down to 65%, and the pipes will regain some of their color,
Yeah, that's a lot better.
turning an orange color instead of white.
Okay. With that done, after Blair communicates the safe spot, quote unquote, you'll see Lumi strap himself in and take a sitting stance in one of the seats and close his eyes and just deeply meditate and project his consciousness towards Wisp and ask, Wisp, do you trust me?
Sending out your consciousness towards Wisp. Are you fully synchronized?
Yep.
Okay. In that case, Wisp will respond.
Wisp has always trusted you. I sense you're nervous. Is something wrong?
Yeah. Exterior circumstances aside, I'd like to take you somewhere telepathically, if that's okay.
Inside Zodiac?
Technically, yes, but inside another being.
It's dangerous, but I will follow.
I know. And then he'll project his consciousness instead towards Nibble. Nibble, I know you're busy, but I heard you connected with Ophiuchus.
Whoa. How'd you get into this channel?
Crystals! Crystal signets, remember?
That's so true. Yep, you guys can communicate via your rings, your Wonder Twin rings.
Well, yeah, I can help you. I can help you gain entry to his consciousness.
I need you to let me in, please.
Alright, give me 1 second. Yeah, pardon, I'm busy. Hold on.
What are you doing,
Dodge the bullet
Kupo?
yourself! Okay.
That's so good.
What did the roll for it?
Channel
channel.
water. Yeah. Open the pathway. If he rolls a critical success, I will lose my mind.
Do it! No.
Okay. Open the pathway. All of a sudden, through your siring stone, to Wisp, who is no longer a primordial, mind you, so no longer like through the entirety of the live stream. Now, if something occurs to harm Wisp, it'll only harm Wisp and not the live stream itself. So there is, that's I guess a positive. You form that connection between Wisp's faith tree and you, and then from you to Nibble, and then Nibble opens a connection, or at least links the connection that he had telepathically with the creature. As he does so, you'll feel ferocity. Just an incessant primal need to catch and to destroy, to render to nothing. Presently, as you make the connection with Ophiuchus, there is very little of Ophiuchus there. When Nibble was able to calm Ophiuchus and speak to him, it was through channeling a large portion of his water crystal, of his water ring, and by essentially forcing Ophiuchus' mind to quiet. Now, Nibble being distracted with the battle and Ophiuchus being so far away, he has reverted back to being primal. So that's what you sense coming from him. The creature does not seem to be aware of your presence, however, as it just kind of desperately gallops and charges and swipes and snarls and drools as it just kind of tries to catch the straw desperately. The connection is forged, however.
Yeah, and to make it easier, Nibble will, in Nibble's mind for the channel, he's just gonna imagine like creeks and streams that just like channel all throughout like a forest, and just essentially for Lumi highlight one stream that'll lead him all the way to Ophiuchus.
Okay, you see an image, just like the one Nibble just described, of a forest with a whole bunch of different streams leading in all different directions. And you'll see just kind of an outline of Nibble just kind of pointing to one of the streams, just as he fades from dodging out of the way of one of Mustario's sniper shots.
Then I'll spend my round following that stream as far as I can until I can find a semblance of Ophiuchus.
Trevos, is there something you'd like to do for this round?
Yes, of course. The first thing he's gonna do is tell Baltier, "Hey, Baltier!" screaming at this point because there's like steam, there's pipes are hot. I'm like freaking channeling. At this point, do you need a co-pilot or more power? I'm guessing more power, but I'd rather ask the guy that's keeping us alive by narrowly avoiding hands to tell me rather than just assume.
I'll put it very simply for you. If we drop a percentage below 100, we are Cosmic Chow.
Got it. More fire, that is my style anyways. I'll just freaking
Alright, if you can somehow funnel power without destroying my airship, I will be eternally grateful. Although I don't see that happening.
So, what Trevos will do? Trevos, with the new Wonder Twins powers and like Supernova with freaking fiery feet attached, a fire sword, everything fire, right? I am literally more of a pyromancer than a pyromancer now.
Technically, you're a Hellfire Knight, so
yes,
I mean...
that. But with that being said, I am I'm concerned with the integrity of the crystal inhibitor,
Yes.
right? What I want to use my firepower with is I want to use it with finesse. What I mean by that is like when a thermobaric bomb explodes, what it does is it pulls all the oxygen and the kinetic energy from a room in and explodes forward, right? So what I want to do is, in a sense, I want to use my power similar. I want to like just suck in everything that's around the crystal inhibitor's input, just like cool the air around the crystal inhibitor. So it's almost like sucking all that energy of fire energy away from around it to cool it, while still channeling fire into it.
Okay, so when you're, instead of pulling the fire from another source, what you're trying to do is pull it from like the excess heat in the inhibitor and trying to recycle it back in as energy.
Right.
Okay, that's actually pretty smart. Very good. Don't you guys love magic? I love magic. Sure, let's roll a channel fire. Oh,
That's cocked at a 19.
He's surrounded by fire, though, right?
He's not surrounded by fire, actually.
I'm about to be.
I mean, technically, anything beyond this point will be surrounded by a giant ball of flaming fire. Yes.
Oh no.
This is like, what?
Oh,
no. Okay. So, let me just roll to see what is happening. Okay. It was a good idea. Very good idea. It may have worked. Except, as you start to pull the heat from the inhibitor, just kind of like whatever excess heat is actually causing the inhibitor to become more and more unstable and to lose its structural integrity, you'll feel a surge of energy. So you're not used to channeling fire, and you'll pull too much of it at once. As you do so, you'll destabilize it further, and before your very eyes, as you channel the energy, before you have a chance to reintroduce it, you pull too much of the inhibitor's energy, including the energy that the inhibitor is designed to use to keep itself structurally intact, and as you attempt to funnel more energy into the inhibitor, it dissolves before your very eyes. It just turns to dust. For a moment, you have a moment of just kind of sheer, just like, uh-oh, that kind of thing. At the moment, you have maybe 30 seconds of momentum before the straw starts to lose speed and, of course, fall out of the sky without a crystal inhibitor. So, you just kind of, for the first few seconds, just kind of take it in that the crystal inhibitor has completely vanished and all of the energy that is being funneled to the different subsystems of the straw just kind of go from 100% to 0. All the Mako steel brass, just kind of pipes that just kind of are filling that engine room go from being a bright orange color to being like a bronze color again. And Jekyll will just kind of look around and go, "I'm better at this than I thought." As that happens, Balthier, as Blair is telling Balthier where he needs to go and just kind of giving him the bad news that he needs to turn around somehow, the straw, its nose will very slowly start to dip. And Blair, before you notice something happening, you'll hear Balthier go, what is happening down there? And we move into the next round, guys.
now, like,
okay,
kinda,
so
like,
I'm gonna act
nosediving?
first this time.
Are we kind of nosediving?
Not yet. You got about 30 seconds. About 5 seconds has passed. In the next 30 seconds, you'll be nosediving. Yes.
But can Blair feel like the change in the floor?
Considering you're the warden of wind, yeah, I'd say you'd fucking feel it. Yeah.
She'll just kind of turn about there and she'll be like, I don't know if this way is the best way to do a U-turn.
He'll kind of give you the deadliest stare he's ever given you. I'm obviously not controlling this. What has happened? Status report, please, from the engine room. Before Trevos has a moment to speak, Jekyll will be like, I have completely cooled all of the copper tubes. I am happy to inform you that we are no longer overheating, Master Balthier.
To add to that report, not only are we not overheating, we are currently not heating at all, in the sense that we have no longer in a position of a crystal inhibitor. But
Balthier and Blair will just stare at each other.
Since, it was kind of a way to convey power into the engines, and it just, was a middle ground in a sense. Let's try without the middle ground is what I say. I will be the power generator, and we will just fly away.
Oh my god. Okay, so there are two Mako steel prongs coming out from where everything just kind of coincides with it's like an axis point that leads into two prongs that were stabbed into the crystal inhibitor. Obviously this is where the energy is from. They're two sharp, they look like sharp brass needles just kind of that were stabbed into the crystal inhibitor. Mm-hmm. Those are the two prongs that you'd need to grab if you're trying to funnel power to it. What I can tell you is that it will hurt you, even as the Warden of Flame.
How close are they? What would you say? Are they about a foot apart?
The crystal inhibitor itself was about 2 feet. I'd say they're about 2 feet apart.
Okay. So Travas what he will do is he will first go to grab them, he's imagining himself a god of thunder of some sort that is pulling a star together, but then it's that is overplayed. So instead what he will do is he will grab his sword, turn it sideways, holding it from the blade, he's holding it in front, and he will this blade is ginormous, right?
Yeah,
it's a great sword.
Yep.
He will have the blade touching both prongs, but instead of holding it by the handle, because that would be the what is stopping the fire from going through, he will hold the blade's flat part. What I'm saying is
flame part of the blade.
I will put the sharp parts on the prongs and kind of push it in a little bit, kind of make a groove for the blade, and hold the flat part of the blade with my hands.
Okay, so you're trying to create a connection with your sword as the new inhibitor, and then you're gonna funnel power into the sword, is what I'm assuming you're trying to do.
Yes.
Okay, that won't take much finesse. I would normally, if you do something like that, it'd be an engineering check or a finesse check, but it would literally just be connecting the prongs together, jabbing it in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you roll first an athletics to kind of wedge the blade in. Which sword is this? That's a good question.
It's the sword from Amarata.
Rasu.
From Rasu.
Amaterasu. The Solstice Fang.
Yes.
Okay. That means, it says the Amaterasu blade. The DC check was 35. You wedge it in. It doesn't look like it's moving anytime unless you give it a good hard kick. So as you wedge it in, what are you doing next?
Let's power this baby back up.
All right, so channel fire.
Better.
Okay. You wedge the blade that was created using the energy of the sun. And then you further channel fire. You channeled fire. Give me a percentage.
25 was the same as Ubermancy, right?
As a Mancy in general, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with. 25.
25%. Got it. All right. As you do this, your sword will become white. So it would have an outline of flame and like a golden hilt and like but all of that just becomes a white outline as soon as you just kind of connect it and start channeling fire into it. The sword itself vibrates violently and becomes pure white to the point where you're not sure if it's going to be destroyed. After a few seconds of doing this, the sword doesn't dissolve, so you just kind of keep going. As you do this, the crystal inhibitor will go from outputting 100% power to 250% power.
Oh my god.
So every single pipe in this place once again becomes white hot, 95%.
I don't think Jekyll's doing his job.
Jekyll!
The engines blast. They just go like, for you, like Blair and Balthier will just kind of be looking at each other awkwardly, thinking they're gonna die, and the ship will go from like listing lazily downward to just kind of shooting at more than double the speed it was going. You can feel the heat from the engines, those of you that are like sitting in the back of the straw, so that'd be Shadow and Edge. The back part of the straw starts to glow orange, like the upper walls and stuff, and Edge will just kind of look at Shadow, and Shadow will just kind of eye Edge. What's that? Just kind of like, should we tell them? I think it's best we don't tell them. What else? 95% on the exhausts, and then the blade you have no idea because there's no reading on the sword that is wedged into where the inhibitor should be. Balthier, with this look of sheer horror on his face, will steer the straw. I guess now is as good a time as any to do your U-turn.
Blair will brace.
I need you in the co-pilot seat, Blair, if I'm going to do this. We're going too fast.
She'll jump in and she'll say, I'm not very good at engineering, but I'll try. Maybe my wind can guide us better? Would that help better than engineering?
Can you create a tunnel?
I do believe I can.
If you can help the straw turn, because it's going to be very difficult to turn without the entire ship breaking apart at the speed that we are traveling at. So if you can in any way either hold the ship together or help it turn so that I can hopefully reduce our speed, then we might be able to turn without killing everyone on board.
Blair will nod and she will close her eyes and she will sense the wind, and I guess in her mind it would be like communicating with the wind, because that's what she does when she's just up in the air. She senses it, feels it, it's a part of her, she's a part of it. And she will try and take all the excess steam that is being blown out of the thrusters and I guess out of where the sword is and just where everything is going. She will try to take some of that steam and wrap it tightly around the straw, like she's wrapping up like leftovers, you know, like with saran wrap, like very tight.
Okay.
to try and make sure that nothing comes out, and tries to seal like top, bottom, sides, front, and back. And then with the other, I guess 50% of all the stuff that's coming out, she's going to kind of coalesce that into, I don't want to say like a tornado, like where it's ripping everything apart, but like, you know, like that kind of cylindrical kind of wind tunnel to have it guide it to turn around.
Okay. Channel wind, I need a percentage. What you're doing is 2 different things at once. Keep that in mind. So it's actually very difficult to do. So but when you choose the percentage of the wind ring that you are channeling, keep that in mind.
Okay. So 25 is a Mancy. What would 35 be?
I mean, 34 is
like-
nothing much to...
Right?
Oh, 40 is a crystal?
40%
like-
would be like channeling almost a
much?
full crystal back in the day.
Oh, okay. So, okay, never mind. Not 35. We're not going to go that high.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. So I was like, yeah.
I was
I
just
almost
wondering.
blew off the ship at 25. So
You did.
Well, I'll do 25. It's a Mancy skill. And she's had Mancy skills before. She has was it Ubermancy? The darkness one? So she's used to Mancies. So I'll say 25.
25.
And
Which one are you prioritizing? The integrity of the ship or the guiding of the ship's trajectory?
integrity of the ship.
Integrity of the ship, okay.
Can she also use the Storm Whisker to help guide her? To help, I guess, kind of like how Jekyll used to use Bismarck to level out the usage of the water crystal, to like funnel it through there, so it's not as much feedback and stuff.
You mean for your body, like to help like,
Yeah,
like divide
yeah.
the energy or balance
Yeah.
the energy? Yeah, for sure,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Okay, if you use the Storm Whisker, how much are you dumping into the Storm Whisker? What you're channeling?
So I'm doing 25, so it's 20 based off of the 25% that I'm channeling.
Yeah.
We'll do 5.
5%? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. And Storm Whisker can handle that, no problem. Its integrity stays intact. It starts to glow very brightly, causing Balthier to eye it for a minute. But your eyes will glow again with that same emerald hue. And it reminds me of Storm, you know? Feel the wrath of the goddess.
Yeah.
Your eyes will glow, and all of a sudden, the parts of the ship that became orange in the back end of the ship, the panels on the outside of the ship that were like kind of vibrating violently and about to fly off, and the engines, which were about to straight up melt the Mako steel that they are made of, will all stabilize, and the straw will remain intact as Balthier reduces the speed a little bit from 250% down to maybe 175 and tries to make this massive turn. As he does so, I'm going to roll Ophiuchus's leap in an attempt to grab you guys. And Balthier's piloting check to counteract it.
Would it surprise Ophiuchus that we'd be doing a U-turn? Like he's going straight for us, but then we're turning. So would he get a disadvantage?
So, yes, but his instincts in this place are honed. He's actually like a part of the space. You know what I mean? Like he's a part of the cosmos. So yes, it would surprise him, but his instincts would kick in, and he would immediately react with like something akin to Aeon instinct, and just immediately try to grab at you guys. And that's what Balthier is trying to maneuver here. As the straw kind of elevates his nose and banks to try and spin, the Ophiuchus will catch up and will raise its right claw and just slash at the straw, trying to take it out of the air completely. As he does so, Balthier will once again turn the straw's axis, do a barrel roll, and dip lower, as in like lower the elevation in an attempt to pass under the claw. Because you didn't channel enough wind, sadly.
Okay.
But technically, you haven't rolled your channel wind ability, so roll your channel wind, and if it has a high enough roll, it might actually work. So let's double check.
Do I get advantage because I'm using the Storm Whisker?
No, because you're using the Storm Whisker to protect yourself from the energy.
Okay.
So. Oh shit!
Not bad.
That's better than I thought it was going to be, actually. With only 20. No, you said 25%.
Yeah.
25%. Needs to put you in this bracket. Plus 15 puts you at 70. Okay. The Strawl, you do help the Strawl. It's not an instant success. If you had channeled more, it might have been. But you do help the Strawl turn sharper. Which means that it takes less time for the turn to occur, which means there's less time for Ophiuchus to swipe you out of the sky, which means I'm going to give Balthier advantage on his piloting check. Does anyone want to do something while we're oh, hello? Yes?
Is Lumi... So, yeah, Lumi's in the cockpit, too. Okay.
Yeah.
The eye that Nibble has still glowing, using that to, like... the same way he did, like, connect with, Zavara. Since Lumi already made contact, Nibble is going to look through one of Lumi's eyes and look outside of the window of the cockpit. Does Nibble, like, how close is the, like, closest, like, black hole or planet?
Or celestial body? Oh boy.
Yeah, a big enough celestial body.
Let's roll fate die and then do the DM thing. Let's see. Inside Zodiac, there would be a celestial body pretty close by to anything. Currently, there seems to be a moon near the Strawl, and by near I mean about a mile or two away. And a gas giant next to it.
So the speed it's going right now, the moon wouldn't be. Yeah, they could get to the moon pretty quick. Okay.
Yeah, they could. It's like a floating celestial body, like a dead moon.
Okay. Hey, let me quickly grab onto Valfyr's arm.
Onto what? Sorry?
Onto Valfyr's arm.
Lumi will unstrap and follow suit.
As you do that, Balthier will look at you.
Nibble connects into Valfyr's mind.
Bloody!
Nibble is here?
No, Nibble's fighting Mustadia, but he's got a phone link into me right now.
Oh, okay. I'm so confused. I'm sorry.
I shot the last warrior of light who tried to use telepathy on me.
Well,
those OGs will remember. It was anathema, and he shot him in the chest.
Alright. Before I help you with this, I want you to know, this isn't me knocking your piloting skills, but, you know, kind of born and raised for this kind of thing. You see that moon there? About a mile out.
I see it.
You ever heard of a slingshot maneuver?
Oh my god.
So that's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna turn completely, because of course we're gonna slow down if we do, and the big guy here is gonna get a better chance at us. We're gonna use that moon, slingshot around, gain some momentum for the turn.
Do celestial bodies in this place even have a gravitational pull?
Well, there wouldn't be things rotating around anything if it didn't.
I suppose you have a point. Slingshot maneuver. Considering I've never flown in space before, I don't know how to do that.
Well, that's what you got me for.
So Nibble's gonna, like... In Valfyr's mind, Nibble is going to, like, show him almost an imagery of Nibble's paws kind of like grasping over his, and then slowly like moving his paws in the direction he wants Balfyr to like maneuver the steering wheel.
Should I play Should I play Unchained Melody as you just kind of sit behind him?
Yes.
Oh, okay, no, sorry. Okay, so, just so you guys know, Balthier failed his piloting check. Which means that if he was making the whole U-turn, you guys would get swiped, and we'd have to kind of react to whatever damage is dealt. That said, if Nibble interrupts him mid-maneuver, and Blair keeps the integrity of the ship together and creates that funnel, then instead of turning, like the whole U-turn, instead he would turn like an L shape and make his way towards the celestial body that Nibble has detected. So, Balthier isn't sure that this is going to work. Those of you who are connected to Nibble would know what is going on. The rest of you would just be seeing Balthier talking to himself.
I don't
Blair,
see
you're just seeing
everything is just
Balthier
red.
talking to himself.
But don't we all have telepathy, or?
Oh no, you're right, because you have a ring. Never mind. All of you have a ring. Never mind, you're all hearing it. So Balthier is not convinced that this slingshot maneuver is going to work. So we're in slow motion right now. Okay? This is before all of this is gonna happen. If Balthier doesn't agree with Nibble's idea, then he does the whole U-turn, and we resolve that way. And if Balthier is convinced, then he goes toward the celestial body, and we resolve what happens there. So roll persuasion, Nibble.
Advantage, knowing that Balfour knows that Nibble is a born and raised pilot of many ships. And a,
Don't you have
a high-ranking captain order to tie.
Don't you have that one passive that like inclines people to
Makes
trust you?
people trust you. Yeah.
Yup. Auto success. Give me that shit.
Wait,
It's
link
not
it.
a success.
Oh, it's not auto success, but
Unbridled heroism is mine. You're just probably named the same thing.
yep.
It's only for the holy classes, the protectors.
Let's see.
I have the opposite of it.
Yep, unbridled heroism.
It's 2 out of 3 though.
Yeah, that's fine. It's the one. One is the
Yep.
trust.
Okay.
One is trust. 2 is a sensing evil or corruption. 3 is sanctimancy.
Unbridled heroism. Oh, there it is. Project an air of honesty, civilized. Oh god, use the word civilized. Okay. I'll give you advantage and a +10 modifier.
Ooh, boy. Let's go!
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
DC's 35.
Yeah.
Yeah, jeez. Okay, just before you're about to start, Balthier will turn to Blair. Change of plans, as you've no doubt heard. We're not doing the U-turn, just help the Strahl make the turn towards that. And then he'll point to the moon in the distance.
Blair will nod and close her eyes and continue to channel and just talk to the wind and have it
I have
focus
a
on going
question.
that way.
Okay, what's up?
So this thing is a twin engine machine, right? That's
2
there's a
engines, as you can see
yeah.
there. Yeah.
left engine and a right engine, and I'm guessing those prongs are for each engine.
Yes.
So, as the
you know which is which?
I would say I'm like I fucking designed like made up Unity shit, but it will be the same sides as like if it's left and right, it will be the left and right.
Would it?
Yes,
This
because
is a Chrysalian airship. You're a Novan.
no, that's basic engineering, and more importantly, money. Because if you route cables to the opposite sides, you are using more material. Therefore, you're using more money.
True. Roll an engineering check. I'll buffer it since you said that.
Not bad.
Oh my god, he surprised me. I thought he would suck at it. Shit! Okay, you know exactly which one is which.
Okay, as instead of doing a U-turn, we are doing like a pass towards this body. As I feel the machine leaning, the ship leaning one way, I will put more power to the opposite engine, like to
Help
assist.
it turn.
Yep.
Channel fire. Give me a percentage.
I can't believe we're doing an Armageddon.
I already am channeling 25.
I know.
So...
I'm aware, but you're kind of altering what you're doing, which I'm allowing you to do since it's like a reaction to what is occurring.
Okay,
So we re-roll.
I am going to a total of 20%. 15 on the opposite engine to make it lift, and then 5 on the other one.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Okay, that was... I rolled that, but
Went
I'll
out
roll
channel.
it again.
That was totally a 12.
Jesus.
It was a 14 on the first roll.
It's fucking cock dice.
All right, everyone simultaneously, and as Trevos is doing this, Jekyll will once again just kind of open his hands wide and try to cool the exhaust pipes. Not exhaust, the pipes, what the hell am I had a word for them, and I have to find it in my notes. We'll call them the routing pipes for now. From 95%, again with more hydromancy, reducing it down to 80%. Technically, back to the white hot color they were at when you guys first started.
But I also lowered the amount of the power I'm putting in.
Technically not. Technically, it's the same amount. Oh, you reduced it from 25 to 20 total? Is that what you meant?
Yeah,
Okay. Then we'll lower it another. We'll lower it another 5% to 75.
Because of this
All
new
right.
sword
Let's see if
and
this works.
ring, I'm smarter.
I have to look at all the values you guys rolled, except for persuasion, because that worked. Channel wind on Blair's 55, 25%, Blair,
Yeah.
and then channel fire on you 20%. Okay, combined with the two, the Warden of Fire and the Warden of Wind's maneuvering capabilities, along with Balthier's piloting at the with the aid of Nibble. The straw will lift up its nose in order to kind of slow its speed down, and then he'll shift the axis of the straw over and flare the engines as fast as he can. As he's doing this, Trevos's alignment of the engines will make the straw turn more easily, and Blair's wind power that she uses to draw the heat out of all of the outside panels on the straw, and also some of the inside stuff you said, right? Will cause the straw to kind of keep its structural integrity as Jekyll tries desperately to cool down the pipes in the engine room. The straw will make the turn successfully, narrowly escaping the swipe from Ophiuchus as Ophiuchus turns and starts to gallop after the straw that is now heading straight toward the moon. Balthier is going to roll a piloting check to avoid another attempted attack from Ophiuchus, as Ophiuchus opens its maw and fires a blast, literally a beam of pure cosmic energy that just kind of sweeps across your field of view and attempts to just clip one of the wings on the straw. Balthier will make a piloting check to try and avoid it. Does anyone want to help?
Are we allowed to help if we're already doing stuff?
No, we're into the next round now.
Oh.
The turn was made successfully, and the first swipe was avoided.
Okay.
That would be the second swipe. This is the third attack, which is a giant laser.
From off.
Considering you guys would have made distance, it wouldn't be close enough to swipe at the straw at this point, and it would be firing something ranged.
Yeah. So it's not like is it like a laser coming out of its mouth, like how a dragon would, or it's just like a straight up robotic kind of laser?
No, it's coming out of its mouth. Okay, you mean the type of? It is like a solid beam coming out of its mouth of cosmic energy. It's not like a cone, like a flame cone.
Got a lot going on here.
I'm still trying to navigate the mind. So I've sat back down.
Nibble's stretching himself out thin here, being in so many heads at once.
That's what I was thinking. And he's fighting too.
It's a good thing he's the wisdom guy. Now.
Which is so weird.
Nibble's literally just in the Mystadio fight, and just randomly, like, Cardell looks over, and Nibble's hands are just, like, in the air, and just, like, turning a makeshift wheel.
Like a makeshift, like, joystick, just like, in it. That's so funny.
Karnan mutters to himself, we're doomed, Koopa.
What the hell are you doing, Koopa?
What's the opposite of cosmic?
Neutral.
Non-elemental. Yep. Cosmic is usually countered by non-elemental energy. Ironically, what Ophiuchus used to be.
Yep.
Hold on, sorry, I'm trying to see if I have something back there.
That's okay. The rest of you can do something too. You don't have to do something every round. You can also ready yourself for the next round too, and try. Like, I'd give you an advantage for taking a breath.
Okay. While they're doing that, as Charwas is now like trying, like especially with that engineering check and learning how this thing really operates and everything, he will try to think to himself and realize, because his great affinity with Ifrit, how long they've been together, and his abilities, Ifrit's abilities, he's protected from fire. And the reason he had put in that sword in there as a median was to avoid taking damage from the fire.
Yep.
But seeing how it turned bright white and like,
you're not sure if it'll dissolve any moment here.
yeah, like and just a simple fact, anytime you use a medium to control anything, the finesse of it is not as abundant to you, because like everything you're doing is getting spread through a secondary thing.
Yep.
Where it can actually.
It is being diluted. Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
So Travas will like knee up to pop the sword out, and instead grab the prongs with his.
Let the sword clang to the floor, I hope.
Yeah. And he will step on it too, because we are doing some aerial
you don't want it like
now.
bouncing around in there. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then decapitating my liege over there.
Okay. Because if you grabbed it with your hands, I might have damaged you.
Nope.
He's like, nope. Okay, so give me an athletics check to knee the sword out. Because it is wedged in there.
Athletics, you said.
Yep. Okay. Athletics is pretty good. 40 was the DC. You made it. The sword just kind of... This sword gets wedged out, clangs to the ground, and then Trevos will like kind of reach over with his foot and just bring it to him and step on it so it doesn't move around. As it clangs to the ground, once again the straw, all the power will power down, and then Jekyll, you'll hear, yes, I got it under control again. As all of the pipes just lose all their heat again, and the nose will start to dip, and then Balthier will look at Blair. Can somebody go down there and make sure that we don't lose power.
Blair will yell to Lumi to go do that since she's helping Valkyr steer the ship.
But before he comes back, I already grabbed it and I started like pushing power through again with my hands.
All right, so you grab it with both your hands?
Yeah, with gauntleted hands.
Are you with gauntleted hands? Or are you removing the gauntlets? Which one?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I remove my gauntlets.
You remove your
Bare
gauntlets.
hands to
He's
the metal.
Full Thoring this.
All right, grab onto both ends with bare hands, and I'm assuming channeling with Ifrit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, keep it in the 20%, 10% each.
So 10% each.
Each engine, so
Roll.
20% total.
Yeah, that's what I meant. 10% each, 20% total. Yep. Same distributed power overall. Please roll channel fire.
Oh.
Yeah,
On my
it was
screen.
20.
Immediately, the energy courses through your body and is funneled also into Ifrit's summon materia and Ifrit's faith. And you'll feel Ifrit start to strain to control it as well. How much percentage are you giving to Ifrit?
So we are at 20% right now, right?
How much of that are you letting Ifrit take with you?
He's taking 6, and I'm taking 14.
Okay. Making this hard for me. Fucking weird numbers.
Well, it's 20, so like.
I can do it. I know how to do math. Okay, I just need a calculator. I can math. I can math. Jesus Christ. Okay, no, I got it. We're good. All right. Immediately, you'll sense that your hands are burning. Like your flesh is starting to sear into the 2 prongs, and you're starting to take damage. However, you do feel that it is sustainable for now, because of Ifrit sharing some of the burden with you. As you do so, the summon materia in your arm will glow, and you'll hear, "Give me more."
Alright, let's do 10-10 then.
I've got your back, brother.
You always do, brother.
And as he says that, you'll channel more into it, and you'll feel him straining, but you won't feel any risk to his faith. And you'll feel that the damage that was being done to your flesh just kind of lessens. You're still being burnt, but at a lower rate. Suffer 100 damage per round. So give yourself 100 damage, Depala.
I'll die right now.
God damn it, I gotta.
Really?
Yep.
Alright, then I have to break the. Or not break, but like I have to pause for now and go down there and help him.
You'd have to yell out to Lumi to help you. Because
Yeah,
you wouldn't know it would hurt you.
I haven't been healed in a long time.
I'll let you retcon that you yelled out to Lumi. Lumi, you're gonna have to
Yep.
spend the round helping him.
Yep, that's fine.
I thought with the fire resistance I have, I would get like couple.
You have fire resistance. The 100 is reduced by how much?
50, but no, that's not what I was talking about. Like,
Okay.
like I didn't think it would be numbers. I thought it would give me like couple rounds. That's
Nope, you're gonna suffer damage because you're doing something with your bare flesh. So.
yep. But yeah, so I would call Lumi to come heal me.
Yes, you're lucky you shared more of it with Ifrit.
Yeah.
Lim's gonna run down and hearing Trevos's call for help, knock my single target arrow on my Ivory Lotus and imbue it with as much potency as I can.
As soon as you reach the engine room, Jekyll will raise his hand and go, "No need!
Whoops.
No need, Master Lumi! I have it all under control! Look! The pipes are no longer white!"
Yes, but Trevos is about to be. As he spends the
Oh.
mana.
Then feel free!
Do you want to roll or do you want the actual spell?
We're out of combat, so you're rolling either Arcana or something to heal.
Let's do Sanctomancy.
Sanctomancy.
Cocked on a 16.
That was a 16 on my Freaking screen also.
And my last 3 dice have been cocked between yours and mine.
All right. Heal Trevos for 150.
And then I take 50 damage, I'm guessing?
Yeah, you're gonna take 50 damage as soon as Lumi heals you. While you're doing that, we'll say you guys did it simultaneously so that you don't, kill everyone. And then, we're good in that regard. Have we handled the laser? We have not handled the laser. Okay, I was like looking at my thing and I was like, okay. So Trevos saved his sword, or maybe saved his sword. He was scared of losing it. I know he was scared.
I was fucking terrified.
On the one hand, it is Lunarian steel, though.
It is Lunarian steel, but there is a lot of energy channeling through it. So we're playing with high numbers here. Like it's very difficult to figure out what's going on.
Okay, I have a question. You said that it's neutral alignment that counteracts cosmic?
Yes.
Is neutral
non-elemental?
Non-elemental. That's dark and light, right? If I remember correctly, or no?
No, non-elemental is radiation that hasn't passed through a filter yet of to turn it into one of the elements.
Oh, I thought that's how we were able to find stuff.
No, so non-elemental energy is energy that is purely neutral that hasn't touched any element yet. It's very rare to find. It is definitely possible to find it. Like the life stream is that kind of energy. And when mages, or the Nova stream as well, and when mages channel magic, they draw it from whatever stream they were born from, and then they funnel it through an element, through their body. And for example, Jekyll is aligned to water, so he's much better at funneling it and turning energy into water. So that the non-elemental energy is that unfiltered energy that I'm talking about. Technically, the rift is also non-elemental energy. The life stream, the Nova stream, the rift, etc.
I thought dark and light were non-elemental.
I mean, technically, if you collide dark and light perfectly together, you'll cancel out the elemental values and you'll be left with non-elemental energy.
Well, Lumi's in the middle of doing something right now, so I don't think he can.
Lumi's also Earth.
Lumi's Earth right now, and light. Well, he can channel light though. He has Sanctomancy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Balthier will look at Blair just as the laser starts to appear, and he'll be like, "Should I be concerned that more and more people are going into the engine room and not coming back up?"
Blair will just quickly nod her head but not answer because she's trying to think 5 times faster than what she can.
Balthier, don't worry. You know how I'm the battery? Yeah, I needed to recharge.
Since Blair has a, I don't know if it's, I don't want to say friendship, an acquaintanceship or a contract or whatever with Edge and Shadow. Mm-hmm. Would she know if either of them have an ability to channel light?
You can ask them.
Oh, okay.
They're literally right behind you in the two seats behind you.
I just didn't want to waste time.
No. You can ask them. Words can be exchanged as things are happening.
Okay. Blair will turn to Edge and Shadow, and she'll say, "I'm sorry that I do not know you better, but do one of you have the ability to channel light?"
Both ninjas will look at each other. Shadow will raise his hand.
I have the Lunarian sigil for light. Depends on the amount of energy you need.
Blair will look at him and she'll say, "That beam, I want to counteract it. I do not have anything in my kit that is non-elemental, that is neutral, but I am darkness." She doesn't mean to sound edgy, by the way, but she'll say, "I do have
the night."
I am the night. she'll say, "I can perhaps blow darkness into it, but I need light to balance it out, to make it truly neutral, to try and disperse the cosmic radiation that's heading towards us." Is that something you would be able to do?
I have nowhere near the magical prowess to counteract your energy, but you can use my life force.
Shadow will get up from his chair and walk over to you. He'll kneel down next to you, and then he'll take both of his hands and he'll move them incredibly quickly, almost drawing a sigil in the air. And as he does so, he'll take that sigil and he'll place it onto the palm of his hand, and it'll sear a sigil into his hand. And then he'll extend his hand out to you.
Blair's hesitant because she doesn't want him to have to accidentally sacrifice his life.
If you do not draw more than I need to sustain my life, then I will survive. I only humbly ask that you do not kill me.
Blair will nod, and she'll say, I am not acquainted with the light. That is more of a Lumi thing. So if I am drawing
only
too
direct
much...
it.
Okay. But she'll tell him if she is drawing too much, to squeeze her hand so she knows when that level is to stop.
He'll nod.
Blair will ask Balthier to, I guess, strap in. Everyone strap in and open the little hatch so she can kind of poke her head out of the straw.
Jesus Christ, one moment. As Shadow does this with you, he'll turn to Edge.
This may leave me unable to fight for the remainder of this mission. I ask that you keep our employer safe. Can you do that, Edge?
Edge will look at Shadow and nod quietly. Then Shadow will turn to you and signal that he is ready. You're opening the latch? Do you have any idea how fast you're going?
I mean, Blair is wind, and she's used
Yeah,
to
but
it.
the rest of us are not.
That's why I said strap in! Strap in, boys!
I'm
He's
dying.
going on Nidhogg!
I'm dying down here!
Yeah, but he should be safe because he's down there, right?
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. You can
It's
channel
just
wind to
enough
try and
to-
regulate the straight up fucking resistance that would probably tear the fucking hatch off the straw. So if you want to try and regulate the resistance, you can do that since you're literally the warden of wind. Any other person, and I'd be like, no, you can't open the door. So
Okay. Yeah.
you're gonna do that?
then. Yeah.
God, you're gonna do a lot of things simultaneously. It's gonna be rough.
I know.
Hold on. Are you watching my stream, by the way, Steph? That's why you asked for it, right? You did a
I
U-turn.
forgot. But yes, I can see it.
You did a U-turn, so I switched the places of the worm.
Speaking of which, just for reference,
Ooh. You would
Edge
sacrifice
sitting
himself.
quietly in the back, watching the two of you.
Shadow.
Shadow kneeling in front of Blair, offering his hand out.
Yeah, he definitely would sacrifice himself. Look at how edgy he is.
Jekyll cheering every single time he cools the exhausts.
He, quote unquote, he cool.
It's totally not me cutting power. Like everyone.
Am I forgetting someone?
Balthier.
Balthier.
Oh yeah, of course. And the gentleman himself, Balthier. Balthier, the main character, the leading man. All right, we got our references, everyone.
So Blair already has the ship wrapped around a pipe with air. She's going to keep most of the straw still tightly wrapped, like it's in cling film. And then just where the hatches, she's going to kind of make a little dome, if that makes sense. So I guess there's gonna be a little the straw might slow down a little because it's not as aerodynamic at this point, but also it's wind, so wind is just guiding off of
slowing
wind.
you down.
So it shouldn't slow that much. It's still aerodynamic.
Take it into account.
As the warden of wind, I know aerodynamic.
The warden of wind.
I'm no more than the DM and the warden of wind. I don't know.
It's a dragoon that flies through air. I think she knows aerodynamics. Okay?
Oh my god, that's so funny. Okay, okay, roll, how much percentage?
Because she wants this to succeed, she's going to do 30. 5% of that going. You know what? I'm gonna make it fun for you. 7% of that going.
Son of a bitch!
Going into the storm. And then 23 coming from her.
I hate you so much. We're doing this in increments of 5 from now on.
I'll do it increment of 5 if I can have advantage.
What? On an advanced roll? Fuck no. You know what I'll do? Do it in increments of 5, and I'm implementing the rule after. Okay, so no more bargaining. Do it in increments of 5 this time, and I'll reduce the aerodynamics, the wind resistance from your bubble.
Okay.
She's like, deal!
I'll take it.
I'd like to channel 23.4.
Jesus. You're going to die, is what you're going to. You're going to drown as the Warden of Water.
Wait a second.
Okay, you want me to roll or?
Yes. How much percent? 5?
5 into the storm, Whisker.
5 into the storm, Whisker. Okay, so not even.
And
Okay,
then-
perfect.
And then 25 just me.
30 total
So 30 total.
for this air pocket.
Yeah, you said that it wasn't enough for the other one of 25.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
Okay.
make sure that everything stays intact. That's the whole
Yeah,
thing. Is
channel
I want
1, let's
everything.
go. Let's go.
stays
30%.
intact.
Success. The pocket is created, and you're able to open the latch without tearing the latch off and sucking everyone into space.
For now.
For now, yeah, for now. So now you're at 30% because you're holding the integrity of the straw together, creating this bubble, creating a wind tunnel to make the straw get to this fucking moon faster. All right, we're good. Let's go.
I don't remember if you said it is or not. Blair has, what is it? Umbramancy, the darkness one, on
Yes.
the Hell Knight. Does that roll transfer over to the Dragoon? I can't remember.
No, it does not. Not as long
Okay.
as you're not the Hell Knight currently, it doesn't.
Okay. But still, she knows Umbramancy since she is a Hell Knight. So she's tapped into it many times. And not only that, she's also a dark ancestry for Grian. So instead of her doing like an elemental dragoon breath, in lieu of that, she's going to just fill her, I guess, like diaphragm up with as much darkness that her body has.
Okay.
And she's going to do basically just a worm breath. But instead of it being one of the elements, it's going to be worm breath darkness and shoot it out towards the, not at Ophiuchus necessarily, but just towards the laser that's coming to disperse it away from the straw to counteract it.
How much percentage of Shadow's essence are you drawing? Think of it as you need 10% for the most basic functions of life.
Okay.
So if you channel 90%, he'll go into a coma, but he'll live.
Oh
You know what I
my
mean?
God. Yeah. Okay.
Let's not put him in a coma.
Well, I kind of just wanted, maybe 25%, like a man's. roll.
Necromancy roll. All right.
Yeah.
So of life essence, that'd be more like 50%. So draw 50%.
Oh no, that's so much.
I mean, he'll be conscious. He'll be able to walk around. He just won't be able to fight.
Will he be able to like talk and sing his
Yes.
ABCs?
Yes.
No,
This isn't permanent brain damage.
Okay.
Even if he goes into a coma, he'll wake up at some point.
She'll say, "Do not let me draw more than what you can, please. Just squeeze my hand." And she will start. She will
The
just.
rune is open-ended. You draw what you wish. I cannot stop you.
She will jump it to 40, and then kind of look down to see if he winces or anything.
He would be stoic right up until he lost consciousness.
Oh my god.
Like
stupid boy.
shadow is shadow. Like he would not flutter an eyelash right up until the moment he died. Maybe Edge would show some like sweating or something, but like the whole point of Shadow is that he's like the perfect ninja. So
He should be called Edge for being an edge lord.
I mean, they're both edge lords.
His name is Shadow.
I was gonna say their names are both pretty edgy.
Blair will take the 50% then.
Okay. You draw upon the 50% while looking at him. He doesn't show a sign. In fact, seeing that you're like making sure that it's okay, he'll nod to you as if to say, "It's okay. This is fine."
Okay.
All right. You're using your breath, which would be your primary stats, which would be Arcana, scaling off your strength. An Arcana check scaling off your strength.
Can I get advantage because darkness is what she knows? Because she too can be an edgelord if need be.
No, you're not even in your darkness spec, so I'm not gonna. Nah.
But I am dark ancestry, and
True.
I hang out.
I'll buffer it.
Okay.
Dark ancestry. I'll buffer it.
All right.
Is the music fucking up for anyone?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
good.
It's fine.
Arcana 34 to match Ophiuchus's blast. However, you're neutralizing it, right? You're merging the elements together to create a non-elemental breath.
Yep.
Okay, essentially
trying to,
you're
like-
using Karnan's breath. What's the non-elemental breath called? Dissolution breath. She's turning it into a dissolution breath. Okay, in that case, you fire a beam of like rose-tinged energy to counteract the dark purple blast that is coming from Ophiuchus. You make connection, the two beams collide together, and cause a massive shockwave that just kind of rocks the straw. I'm gonna need everyone to roll a Constitution check to hold their balance. As the straw just kind of heaves as this shockwave just travels through nearby as this huge explosion occurs maybe 100 feet away from the straw. The laser is negated.
So
Constitution saving throw from everyone. I'm doing it for
40
Balthier, which is because it's a Constitution save made while piloting. Balthier auto succeeds.
is 43 high enough where I don't need to?
43 con stat. What's your saving throw modifier?
16.
No, it's not. You need to roll it.
Okay, I have a question. Since I'm a dragoon, is it still gonna rock me? And as the Warden of Wind?
You'd need to roll a passive or show me a passive that makes you immune to like something to like translate to it. Being a dragoon by itself doesn't mean.
What is it? Flutter?
The DC's 30. Travas. Success.
Flutter?
Can you share it?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
No problem. Just want to read it.
Did I do it?
No.
Lol, Jekyll succeeds. That's hilarious. Okay. Lol, Jekyll will will just kind of channel water and use it to kind of regain his balance and like heal himself almost from the vertigo. As he does that, you'll hear Jekyll talk to himself and go, "Never again, never again." As he does not get airsick for once. So Jekyll's fine. Balthier has saved. Am I forgetting someone? Shadow. I need to roll disadvantage for Shadow since he's weakened.
But he's with me.
What does that mean? You did like that disadvantage.
I have flutter.
Did you share
I'm
it?
holding it.
Oh,
I
there
thought
it is.
I did sharing.
Your powerful wings allow you to shift your momentum on a dam. Your number cannot be. Oh, that's perfect. Actually, yeah. You don't need to roll a con save. Are you holding his hand?
I am holding his hand.
Okay,
yeah.
then I'll extend it to Shadow. Edge made his save successfully.
I get that.
Lumi, I think you're the only one that failed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lumi, you become airsick. So your next roll is made with disadvantage.
Okay.
Everyone else seemed to have made it. The blast was avoided. We reach the moon, and Balthier starts to shift around the moon, and Balthier will immediately go, just kind of tap. Like, you'll see Balthier impatiently tap his head, like, is this thing still on?
Yeah, Nibble just like directs him on how to maneuver the thrusters. So basically, what we're gonna do. And
Better not have seen this in a sci-fi film at one point. I'm going to lose my mind.
Oh, we do this with Striders all the time. You know how to drift? So Nibble just like he'll show Balfour with his hand to maneuver one of the thrusters so that more power is coming out of the left one, and we're gonna go around. Or my bad, the right one, because we're going around the moon from the right, from the left around.
From the left,
clockwise.
around to the right, clockwise. Yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna drift, and he just like maneuvers the thruster so that way more power is coming from the right, and then as soon as, right before we get aligned with exactly where we're gonna go, thrusters back to even, and then turn as hard as you can, and he just directed him through it.
Roll piloting, Nibble. You can roll advantage since you're Burmesian. So just roll a second roll. Yeah, there you go.
Much better.
Okay. Much better because the DC was 40. Woo! Balthier just kind of gets it halfway through. I understand now. All right. So, slingshot. How hard could it be? As the I rolled already for Ophiuchus. So as the straw enters the there is gravitational pull, by the way. You don't just arrive there with no gravitational pull. As Balthier enters the gravitational pull of the small moon, the straw will start to list, and Balthier will turn, following Nibble's instructions and following the atmospheric pull until he becomes aligned with where Blair kind of told him the quadrant, the sector of this area would be the least irradiated. As soon as he becomes aligned with it, he'll call down to Trebos to blast it, like to completely give more power than there was before. Due to the confusion from the actual slingshot, this actually confuses Ophiuchus, and Ophiuchus just kind of jumps onto the moon itself, digging his claws into the moon and tearing out chunks of the actual moon as you guys are doing this. So as you're, like, think of like a Matrix-style scene here where you're just kind of turning, everyone's yelling, "Ah!" in the ship as you're turning, and then in the background there's this giant dragon tearing the moon apart. As the entire ship goes, Trebos, are you gonna give it juice?
I'm gonna give it juice. Don't die.
A la Han Solo, come on, baby, hold together.
I'm doing 30. So
There's a 15 in each.
Yeah.
How much of it is Ifrit getting? Yes, 10 currently.
So that's what I'm saying. Like 15 and each of us, Ifrit and I, sharing the burden because he was handling the 10 already.
Okay. So you're sharing it half and half, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we are brothers and we are I see him as my tool.
All right. Inhibitor pipes go from 75% to 95%. Funnel more power into it. Jekyll's eyes widen, and he prepares to try and cool them down again. You are channeling, you said 30% now, half share, so I need a channel fire from you.
God damn it.
Well. Alright, let's find out what's going on.
I don't think he's gonna have a ship anymore. I'm sorry.
This ship, it's a dragon, right? This ship is a dragon ship?
What? No?
Yeah, I think it's a dragon though. Does everybody's look like it has a mouth and it looks like it has a tail? So it's a dragon, and according to where is it? According to this, my allies can't critically fail.
I mean, we are actively running away from a dragon.
Yes, but it is in combat.
Oh.
So I'm going to say no. That said, this is the second advanced skill roll critical failure that has been rolled. So
Too, like, I don't know if that adds up, but they've been both by me, so I'm really fucking it up right now.
No, it's the whole session. It's not you specifically. It's the whole session. Don't worry. Okay, so we're going to actually. Okay, so as the slingshot maneuver is being made and more power is being funneled into it. As you channel more power once again, you'll feel a surge of energy as you lose control, and you'll funnel instead of 30%. You'll funnel outward about 70% into the ship's engines. As you do so, the ship's engines will just shoot, actually like slingshotting you guys away from the moon, but only a few miles or so before the engines on the outside, the pipes, and the coils in the inhibitor all melt and become liquid. As everything melts and seals shut, the thrust ends and the straw free falls and crashes into the that liquid that I showed you in the
Oh, not the deep ocean.
It's not the... Well, technically it only looks like that because when the straw crashes onto the surface acts almost hard. Like, it looks like an abyss, but the water only goes out to about your ankles. Remember how when you've been in Zodiark before and I've kind of described like a shallow layer of water? That's exactly what this place is. And the straw will free fly for a moment, get slingshotted away from Ophiuchus, and then will crash into the water, but not into the water. Like, it'll land as if it's landing on a hard surface with only like a foot of water. As it crashes, it just kind of drags along the surface for, I'd say, a few hundred meters, and then comes to a complete stop in a heap of Mako steel and rubble. I need everyone to roll a con save to see how hard they are hurt by this crash.
Does Flutter still work on this?
Yes, Flutter will still work. And if you're holding on to Shadow, Flutter will extend to him.
Shadow.
Okay, so I don't have to roll Shadow or you.
And I don't have to roll.
Balthier gets advantage on this because it's still piloting. As that is happening, you'll hear Balthier yell out, "Brace yourselves!" And as he yells out, "Brace yourselves," he's going to buffer you all from critical failures.
Can I form a dome of earth in the engine room to protect myself, Trevos, and Jekyll?
Where is this earth coming from? You can't just summon earth out of thin air.
You should always have a jar of dirt with you.
Yeah.
Look at me! I got a jar of dirt!
How many is it? Metal.
Did you guys see the Born in Darkness I shared?
No,
You
no.
could make the argument, Brandon, but he would have to make that argument.
I was-
You can suggest it though.
I was literally going to. I was gonna say like if we
Born
know
in
we're-
Darkness.
Number 3.
Environmental and collision damage. So yeah, so the Dark Knight would get bounced around inside the cockpit, but would not actually take any collision damage. That said, if you don't try to brace yourself, you're going to be like an obsidian pinball inside that room with the other people that are there. So you could severely damage Jekyll and Lumi.
Instead of like bracing myself for damage, I'm knowing that I won't take damage from things hitting me. I want to just keep holding on to what I'm holding on with
Okay,
strength.
so an
like,
athletics check then. Okay,
did
go
the
ahead.
84 strength? You want-
You still need an athletics check. Also, you're going to sustain from that critical failure. You're going to sustain 200 fire damage from the actual like burn. The initial like surge of energy that you burned into the engine is going to burn your hands. So
So 150 then I'll go unconscious anyways.
yeah, but you can still kind of hold on and try to hold on if you want.
Well, didn't the exhaust pipes melt around his hands?
Oh my god. Technically, yeah. Okay, never mind. You're unconscious and attached to the exhaust pipes. Brandon made a good argument. Okay, so there's no need for a check because you're not going to be bouncing around like I said. You're going to be literally fused. Your hands will be fused into the metal in this thing. So if you guys want to res him, and to free him, you'll need to. But that's after we're done this like crash.
Yeah.
I can break through my own this.
So, what I want to do is I want to focus on the metallic properties inside all of the metal around us. We know we're gonna fall. We know we're crashing, and I'm gonna take the floor underneath us, me and Jekyll specifically, because I know Trevos is fine, and create a what's the word I'm looking for? A chamber for us, so that we don't get flown around as we crash.
Around you and Jekyll.
Yeah.
How much percent?
I'm gonna go 20.
And you're using the metal?
Yeah, the metal around us in the engine room.
The searing hot metal? Okay. Roll your channel Earth. And because the metal is like boiling hot, we're gonna roll with disadvantage and see the amount of damage that everyone takes from you doing that. As that happens, you'll hear Jekyll just kind of yelp as the hot metal just kind of surrounds both of you. And Jekyll's eyes will glow bright blue, and he'll wave a hand, and the entire engine room will flood with water.
Oh.
Hold your breath, Master Lumi, Master Travas!
I don't think I can hold my breath. I'm unconscious.
Okay. Let's see if Jekyll's saving throw. Okay, everyone in the engine room is safe. Thanks to Lumi closing the space and Jekyll filling it with water to cool the pipes and also to kind of stagger the movement inside. Both of you are going to be safe. Blair, you're hanging on and holding on to Shadow, right? Okay. So as it crashes, you'll just kind of land on your feet, pull Shadow out, kind of drape him over your shoulder, and just kind of land. And he'll, as you land, he'll kind of land on his feet as well, using you as a guide, and both of you will land a few feet away from the crashing ship. Edge will get out of his seat and immediately jump out, landing just almost right next to you as well. Perfect. Now I need to roll both here. Okay. Who else is in? Am I forgetting someone?
I don't think so.
You did both the ninjas.
Yep. Edge and Shadow are next to Blair. Then it's just Balthier, Lumi, Trevos.
So there is no way I could have taken like 185 damage. Right?
Nope. I literally just doubled the damage per round because you surged the engine. Technically, I should have increased the damage by the amount, like multiplied by the amount of times that you like increased the power. But I didn't do that.
I was only 12 away from living. That's
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't calculate it. So, swap the music as you guys land. All right, swap the music as you guys land. Literally, that picture that I showed you of the empty. You guys are in an open field, like ocean, like that. Standing in water up to your ankles. It looks like an abyss below, and in the sky, it's nothing but cosmos. In the distance, Ophiuchus is crawling on the moon, latching his claws into it, tearing pieces of the moon off as he moves, and then he leaps off the moon and lands in front of all of you, prowling forward, snarling, ready to pounce. Actually, no, it's a couple hundred miles, so no, he would leap off the moon, and he'd be galloping on the water's surface, heading towards you guys, giving you guys maybe a round before he arrives. Because of the surge of power that launched the straw. So I'm going to give you all a round. Currently the straw has crashed. 3 people are stuck in the engine room, which is somewhere inside the rubble. Edge, Shadow, and Blair are outside the ship. Balthier is still inside the cockpit, and currently Ophiuchus is galloping, charging towards the party. You guys can see him in the distance. What is everyone going to do?
Are they trapped inside the engine room?
Yeah, I'd say because of the tumbling that the ship would have done and the crash, it would have crushed the structure on the inside, which means that the latch that they would go through to exit would be completely crumpled. So they'd be inside a heap of metal, only intact because of his obsidian armor and because of Lumi using his earth power to manipulate the actual metal inside the engine room. Otherwise, they would have been crushed. So they're stuck. Yeah, they're inside the wreckage of the straw.
Blair, knowing that Shadow is weakened and she wants to try and support him as much as she can, she'll look to Edge with seriousness in her face as she's watching the creature gallop towards them, and she'll just look at him and say, "Edge, I need Lumi. Can you pull him out and get him here as quick as possible?"
Edge will immediately nod and will rush forward, making symbols with his hands. He'll infuse 2 of his shuriken, and he'll start to slice at the metal with a flame-infused shuriken. I think the outside is just Mako steel, which means he could do it in 1 or 2 swings.
Blair will offer, while he's doing that, Blair will offer Shadow her X potion to see if he would like it, so he can have some energy back.
He'll shake his head and push the potion away.
It was my life essence that was taken. Only time can restore it. My health is fine.
Blair will nod.
If you wish, I can distract the beast and give you more time.
Blair will shake her head and she'll say, "I appreciate it, but it is time for us to perhaps face this dragon. Our our last stand, and she'll kind of like look in the distance as to where they're trying to go, where she can feel the pull that the air is trying to tell her that there's the less density of cosmic radiation. And she'll just sigh, and she'll look at him, and she'll say, I'm going to ask Lumi to help me rid a space of cosmic radiation out of here, similar to what we did, but I don't want to use your essence anymore. And since Illumi is tapped into light, perhaps we might be able to have an easier time, and we won't have to rely on life essence.
You have used much of your power.
Blair will sigh, because she is pretty weary, and she'll dig down deep into her, and she will remember that it was because of Zodiark that she was forced to kill her brother that she never got to know. And she will remember the egg that is with Lawgrain and her other brother being outside, and she'll shake her head and she'll say it's not time to rest, and just anger and fury of her family being torn apart and Midgar Stormir like giving up his life essence so her brother can live again will just bubble inside her, trying to renew her energy, pump her full of adrenaline so she can't feel like weakness or tiredness, you know what I mean?
Yep.
You cannot draw strength from nothing. My sigil is here. I still have some of my power left. Better that one of us perish, and not all of us.
He'll extend his hand with the same Lunarian sigil on it.
Blair will shake her head. She'll say, I know we cannot save everyone, and in doing so, we will all die, but I will not be the one to take your life.
Those of you inside the engine room will see like a hot, like a molten X just kind of appear in the wall as Edge just slashes the wall in a big X motion, and then he'll kick it. And as he kicks it, the metal will bend inward, and you'll see like the outside. He'll stick his arm in and just kind of use his shoulder to bend the metal further and try to make a space. He makes a space that's not very large, but enough for you guys to kind of crawl through. That's Edge's turn. Anyone else?
I am dead.
I have to actually go out there and do something. So I'm going to hand Jekyll a Phoenix down and tell him to get Trevos out. Jekyll, I need you to get Trevos and let's go.
Oh, you're welcome, by the way. He'll grab the Phoenix down and he'll go to Trevos, and as he Phoenix downs Trevos, he'll use his Arcana and manipulate the metal that is like fused to his hands and cause it to just kind of bend and mold away so that he can peel Trevos's hands off of the two prongs. Come on, Master Trevos. It is time for us to leave. You've been Phoenix down, Trevos. You can talk.
Okay. Trevos will with the guilt and anger of thinking that his inability to control the magic is the reason why they're on the ground, will pull, he will just kind of punch down to his feet where he has his sword under his feet, and just yank it with the strength of, I don't know if I would give a number at 84. Just kind of ripped his sword from the ground, making rubble everywhere, just kind of part like a Red Sea with the imaginary guy parts it, and then gets up and starts walking out.
One by one, everyone leaves the engine room. Shadow will take his arm off of Blair and attempt to stand on his own. When he succeeds,
Where is Balthier?
Last I saw him, he was still in the cockpit.
His piloting is no doubt the reason most of us still breathe. I will go check.
Blair will nod.
Shadow will very unsteadily run and try to gain access to the cockpit, which would be easy considering the latch wasn't crumpled, so he'll just kind of crawl in.
I'll go with him just in case he needs like something be lifted or something.
Okay. All right, Trevos, and so who has done something this round? So we've got Blair hasn't done anything, Lumi hasn't done anything, Shadow's done something, Jekyll's done something.
I was dead at first, so I don't know if.
No, you can do something. You were rezzed. As Shadow and Trevos make their way to the cockpit, as you go inside the cockpit, you'll see Balthier just kind of slumped in the piloting chair. As you approach, you'll see that the console has kind of wedged him into the piloting chair, and some of the piping from inside beneath the console was pushed forward when the nose crashed into the ground, and is now penetrating into his rib cage.
Okay, Trevos will.
The pipe goes in through under his rib cage and comes out the back end and is impaled into the chair. He's essentially skewered into his seat.
Mm-hmm. So Trevos will turn to Shadow, and he will give him a superior restorative. And if you guys ask why I didn't use this before when I was taking damage, my hands were on a damn console.
So for the same reason that he would have refused the other potion, he'll refuse the superior restorative because his weakness is not caused by health, it's caused by like energy.
Taking his head, it's not for you, my friend, it's for the impaled one.
Oh, okay, well then we're good.
I appreciate your novelty, but like there's an impaled dude right there. I don't know if you noticed, but
okay. Then why? Yeah, but right before you said that, you said you were looking at Shadow.
No, I'm giving it to him because I'm gonna literally rip this console away from him, and I need him to give him the superior restorative so he doesn't die.
Shadow gives Balthier the superior restorative,
and I rip.
And as he does so, Balthier will just kind of wake up suddenly and just kind of look around and grab hold of the pipe and just kind of yell out in pain for a moment before regaining his composure. And as just kind of blood drips from his mouth is filling with blood, he'll just kind of turn and point towards the back of the cockpit. Trevos. The fusion cores. Fusion cores are in the back. It's a miracle they didn't explode. Get them.
How are you gonna get out? If I don't rip that thing out?
You don't have time for me to get out. If you try to get me out, then you won't be able to prepare, and you won't be able to destroy the thing that is coming toward us. The superior restorative should keep me alive for now. You need to take the bomb, and you need to explode the thing that is making its way toward us. Otherwise, you'll be locked in an encounter with it, and we may have other unwanted guests. The amount of energy that just erupted from the straw as we left that moon, do you not think that would attract attention?
As Balthier is explaining, Trevos being, a veteran of many fights and understands how chain of command and everything works, without even him letting it finish, he already walked away from him, going to the back to grab the things. Like, understands, okay, I'm not saving this guy, I'm instead gonna grab these things and get out.
I will will stay with you, Balthier. Shadow nods to Trevos as he just kind of stays with Balthier and starts to examine the console in a vain attempt to try and free Balthier from it without killing him. All right. Do you guys remember the Mako
Yes.
cores?
Yes.
Not Mako cores. They're Rift cores. Rift cores.
Yep. I'm gonna take all of them. I'm gonna literally take a pipe and wrap it around like a string around the course, so I can grab all of them instead of trying to like make a pile.
They're in a backpack to begin with.
Oh, okay.
Like a Shinra issue backpack, so you're fine.
I imagine these things being ginormous. So
They are ginormous. It's a pretty big backpack.
okay. I'm
To be honest, what was the base strength that I requested for you guys to move it? Does Trevos have it?
80.
I think it was 60 and I have 84.
No, I think it was 80.
Okay, I have 84.
Okay, then you don't need an athletics check to pick it up. In which case, you just kind of heave it and put it over your shoulder and crawl out of the cockpit with it. Blair, as Trevos crawls out of the cockpit with the cores, you'll see him, and he'll make his way to you. Now, Trevos, Blair, and Lumi each have an action before Ophiuchus reaches you. And Nibble, of course. I keep forgetting because Nibble isn't actually there.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's like only like mental things I could do. So I'm thinking.
Balthier is impaled through his ribcage at an upward angle, pinned to the seat, and the console has like crushed up against him. I don't think the console, based on what I rolled, I won't say. I'm the DM, so I can't say I don't think. The console will not have caused any crushing damage. The real damage is the pipe, the Mako steel pipe that has impaled him.
I removed the superior restorative, by the way.
Awesome. Superior restorative would have restored half his health, which is what I'm doing now. The equivalent of that. All right. The massive Astral Wyrm is galloping towards the party. Edge comes out of the engine room as well and just kind of watches it as he makes his way to the three of you. Shadow and Balthier are inside, and Jekyll is next to you as well, just kind of looking up at this thing, scratching his head.
Trevos will come out and show them the giant backpack he's carrying that is like literally... He's walking around leaning forward because like if he stands still, he's gonna fall backwards. And tell them he has the rift cores in this, which can help them avoid getting into an engagement with this thing out in the open, and whatever else might be coming, because they just made a lot of noise.
Those of you who have channeled more than 3 of your ring rolls so far this session are feeling the exhaustion. That means you can keep channeling for now, but after your next roll, you will have negative effects. Just letting you all know. So I think that's you and Trevos. I don't think Lumi's done 3.
Nope.
All right, Nibble.
I think I did 1 or 2. Let me see.
I'll double check. I think you did 2, so you're okay as well for now.
I did punch, so I'm not good. I think. How many did you do, Lumi?
I only did the 1, I think.
Okay,
Yep,
because I think both
Okay,
Blair
so
and
1
I
for
did
both of
either
them.
4 or 5.
Yeah. So I'm not counting those. It's fine. You guys had adrenaline pumping, but I'm telling you as of now that you're like feeling exhausted, like it's symptoms of exhaustion. All right. What are you guys doing? I played the image out for you. What's up? What's going on?
Okay. I have a question. Are we able to... I know
Is
we use...
the ground rumbling from the creature running towards you? Yes, if that was your question.
No, that wasn't my question.
Okay. Sorry. What was your question?
I know, like, for upgrading our armors and weapons and stuff like that, we need Apex essences, and I know we've used them for other things besides that. If we consume, can we consume an Apex Essence?
Yeah, for a
Or
burst of
infuse
energy.
it into us?
Yep. Apex
Okay.
essences are used as catalysts to infuse weapons with powerful energies.
Blair will kind of close her eyes and a tear will kind of roll down. And she will dig in her bag for the Apex Essence that she was wanting to use to upgrade her weapons. So she could be more helpful for the fight, but if she's dead, what does it matter? Right?
That's a good one.
So she'll, as she clutches the Apex Essence in her hand, she'll say, I close my eyes. Tell us why we must suffer. Release your hands, for your will drags asunder. My legs, they grow tired. Tell us where we must wander. How can we carry on if redemption's beyond us? And she'll pop Midgard Stormir's Apex Essence into her.
Oh shit. You had Midgard Stormir's Apex Essence? Damn.
Yep.
Okay, well, that's completely different entirely. Because Midgard Stormir's Apex Essence would be literally completely aligned with your Firefly makeup, it'll have an enhanced effect on you, for sure.
Do you want me to delete it in my inventory now?
Yes, you need to delete. Well, no, you
Say
you
consume.
just no, delete it from your inventory. It's fine. I don't need a
Okay.
description of that. Delete it from your inventory. Your exhaustion is gone. It's as if the session just started for you. Furthermore, the next channeling roll you make, you can make with advantage.
Oh my god.
And that's the amount of power that it gives you. You'll see her like she'll literally have an aura around her as she uses this, like a Midgar Stormir's essence was what's the word, like a jade color. So
Yeah.
a jade color would like a jade aura surrounds you and just kind of tinges all of your armor, your hair, and your eyes, almost like a makeshift Super Saiyan form.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So she is empowered and no longer. So the only person who's exhausted now is Trevos as far as channeling goes.
Two questions. So we're in this like watery type of thing, but do we feel like Earth beneath us? Like this is just a water planet?
Feels like glass.
Feels like glass. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
You're
Glass
not
is
sure
sand.
what it is, but it feels like glass, and you can actually see, if you look down, there's an abyss. There are things in the abyss moving around.
Okay.
Like it looks like an ocean, but it looks like just an ocean of nothing, of the void, you know?
Okay. Second question. So Mr. Blair, let's say Blair, used light and dark last time to try to make the non-elemental energy. Can any of the opposing elements be used in that same manner?
Yes, because the elements when they all magic is non-elemental magic that is filtered through an element. Okay, so if you take the element of magic and you collide it with its counter element, then technically the two elements will cancel each other out, and if the energy remains, it'll be non-elemental.
Okay.
So it's earth and wind.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Opposite.
Earth and wind counters itself. Yes, light and dark, fire and water, and those are the six.
Those are
Yeah.
the six, yeah.
And then, of course, evidently, the last two, cosmic and non-elemental. They cancel each other out.
Yeah, I think I'm out of options right now. I mean, I can roll.
When you're a DM and your magic system accidentally makes sense, I fucking love it. Isn't that awesome? I didn't pre-think this like 5 years ago. This all just like kind of came together. It's amazing. I'm happy. Okay, let's keep going. Sorry.
I don't know if I can match your supercharged Blair, but if you want to make non-elemental,
You would need to match it.
I have better.
Otherwise, there would be more of one element than the other.
I have better. I can afford to output more because every single piece of equipment I have, plus my Eidolon, is aligned to Earth.
Okay, but just Blair. Either Blair holds back or you push beyond the limit.
Blair will look at him and she'll say, I can hold back do not want you to exhaust yourself.
Just-
I needed a refresh, and my father gave it to me. His last gift.
Just meet me at 50.
Blair will
And also
nod.
look at both of them as they're like doing an auction over there of power. He'll be like, "What am I doing with the backpack?"
That's actually a very goddamn good question. So much so that Edge will point to you as if to emphasize the question.
If we
Blair
use
will
it,
say
we kill
one.
him.
Jekyll will just kind of intercede for a moment. Need I remind you that you have another powerful mage with you? Should you need a battery, I am here. Master Lumi, Master Blair.
Lumi will arch an
Blair
eyebrow.
will-
70?
Is he not the Warden of Fire?
I sure am.
I have a portent towards water, my friends.
Let's do it.
Quadraga, anyone?
Quadraga.
Blair will laugh.
That's an actual ability from a Final Fantasy game. Don't laugh.
No. Like
No,
Blair
I'm
will-
talking to Savante, not
Okay.
you. I'm talking to Savante.
No, I recognize the name from a limit break. I'm like, oh damn.
So I do have an Apex essence from a random Apex fiend we killed a long time ago. I could consume that.
What the hell is this?
Sounds cool.
This is where we are right now.
We're at the discotheque.
It's the vibrations from the ground as the.
Can I make a
Oh,
suggestion?
that's why. It's switched. What's the suggestion? Sure, go ahead. Send me something if you want. I'll play it.
No, I think it's suggestion of music or suggestion of action.
That's what I. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Music.
Yeah. Send me the video and I'll play it. What was I saying? Yes, Jekyll moved forward and suggested the water thing. Yeah, we're good. If Orpheus wasn't part of it, if he's nearby, he can help too. Just saying.
I'll message him, see where he's at.
But I mean, I get it. We don't want to kill him, but are we gonna fight him instead?
So if you guys decide to fight him, then we pause and make a session with an encounter. If you guys can pull off the plan you had, you can still do it. You can still try it. So it's up to you. Cleanse him, destroy him. I don't know what you want to do. Like Bahamut was defeated in an RP session.
No, Bahamut was defeated in an actual session.
No, so you guys lost the Bahamut encounter, and then you killed him in an RP session afterward,
Oh,
like
okay,
as in like RPing afterward. It was the same session technically, but it wasn't combat.
Oh wait, no, that's not it. Is it?
Oh, I love this one
Hold on,
though,
is
but
this
okay. This is like one of my favorite ones ever.
I want.
We'll play it.
Oh yeah, this is it. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. This is Ifrit versus Bahamut 16.
Oh, love that.
All right, you guys have to decide what you're doing though. If you guys brace for the encounter, then we can pause here. If you guys want to try out the plan, then you guys can make decisions. Right now, the only people that have actions are Lumi, Blair, and Trevos. Edge has already done something. Jekyll's already done something.
I wanted to see if we could siphon off, but I kind of wanted the bomb prepped in case.
I mean,
don't
he's
know if
still
that's
galloping
possible.
towards you, so.
Yeah, I just didn't know if that was possible. But if Trevos is gonna help, then he can't prep the bombs.
Well, Trevos can't mix with Jekyll until next round anyways, so you can prep this round, remix, try to disperse the area,
Okay.
and move on from there.
Okay.
Good?
Yep.
I would give Lumi an update on Valtyr's health situation, by the way. Just so he knows.
I can only be stretched so thin, Trevos.
I mean, you're the only healer here, so who else do you want me to tell?
I know. We making rolls, Blair?
Yep.
You guys are attempting to disperse the the cosmic radiation within the immediate area.
Yes.
Okay, about how big of a radius?
How big is the beast?
The beast is massive. Let me check.
Can you give it to us in acres?
He is about 130 feet tall. Roughly the size of a 12-story building.
12 stories.
How big is the Coliseum?
The Coliseum is roughly the size of a football field.
So he's bigger than the football field?
Is he bigger? No. Technically, a 12-story building would fit inside a football field.
Oh, so you're just saying like it's just like a square building straight up?
Straight up, yeah.
Okay,
I mean, he's a little wider than that, but he would fit in the Coliseum. He would fit barely in the Coliseum. Barely.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like lengthwise, like if I were to plop
lengthwise,
him in there, like.
Lengthwise, he's about the size of the Coliseum. If you go from head to tail, or not tail, like back legs, hind legs. He doesn't have a tail. Oh no, he does have a tail. He doesn't have wings. He doesn't have wings. That's what I said. So yeah, stretched out from the head to the back of the tail, he'd be roughly the size of a football field. 12 stories tall.
300-foot dome?
Yeah.
300-foot dome.
300 foot, so a massive dome. Got it. 300 feet, that's gonna be pretty hard to do, but okay. Let's go. How are you guys doing it?
I guess we would go back to back, like link arms maybe, back to back, and just evenly spin in a circle so that way everything kind of gets whipped up into one. You know what I mean?
Or we could push our beams forward towards each other.
So last time I did this Lumi with him and his laser is, you know, that whole shutter and that explosion. So I don't like that idea.
Technically, it did clear out that area in the space.
Well. Yeah, and technically, some of us got
That's
airsick.
way over there.
Mistress of Wind, why not recreate a tornado?
Aren't you still seasick, you? Or airsick?
No, he already rolled his disadvantage.
I rolled my disadvantage.
Oh, he did? Okay, then you're good.
Mistress of Wind, why don't we make a tornado?
That's the whole
The
idea.
song is so good for this situation.
That's what I was trying to get at, was we would do a cyclone of our stuff and it would push out.
Alright, you know better than me. Let me prep myself.
Alright. So that's what they're doing. They're gonna create a cyclone, so their energies, I guess, intermingle, creating the non-elemental, and then just push out. Like how a tornado can start as a small funnel, and then just like grow and grow and grow to where it's like a 5-mile wide kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, I need percentages from both of you.
He said 50.
Yep, I'm going 50, tapping into my Eidolon and my 3 earth pieces.
Okay. So funneling how much of it into Wisp?
I'll do. Ifrit took 15, right? Krevos?
Yes.
15.
15, so 35 for you?
Yep.
It's gonna start to break down your Firefly makeup.
Even with all the equipment?
Actually, no. With all the equipment, we can like roughly remove 5% per.
So it's 15%?
Yeah, and the limit for your Firefly makeup is 30. So if you go 35 is when it starts to break.
Okay, so we're good. 15.
Write all this down for me so that I can write a post about it. Just keep the information consistent.
Let me just open sticky.
That's why a Mancy roll is 25, because it's just under it.
So Pyrify makeup starts to degrade at 35.
And then minus 5% per piece that is aligned, and then you can divide the energy into your idol, and if they share the element with you. Okay, so 15% into Wisp. Got it. Roll, Channel Earth.
Hang on, buddy. We're in a dicey situation.
I'm here.
All right, what about you, Blur?
Okay. Well, my Eidolon can't do that. But I am supercharged.
Because he's busy.
Well, he's also dark.
He's also dark, so you can't. Yeah, that's true. All right, you are supercharged, though. You're right.
Weapons, they can only hold 5% before they break.
No, I'm saying they can lower it by about 5%. You can force more, but then it gets dangerous as far as, the integrity. Exactly.
So since she's been doing the 5%, would she know if she went up to 10% on the Storm Whisker, if it
There's
would...
no way to know unless you do it.
Oh, okay. Ugh. What did Trevos
5% you know for sure that it won't break it.
Did Trevos funnel more than 5% into his sword?
I did.
I can't remember. How much did you do into it?
I did, at one point I did, no, at one point I did 15% to the weapon. But that's when it was like bright red and about to crumble. And it's a mythic sword that's made out of like sun energy, pretty much.
Lunarian steel as well, so it's yeah.
So I don't have that. So
It's Lunarian steel, and it was made in the fires of the sun.
she would calculate all of that. She'll be like, I don't know if I can do 10%.
Are any of your other pieces aligned to win?
I don't think so. I am.
You can sacrifice. You can sacrifice. I mean, that's the whole point.
I think you can do 10 because
you can sacrifice your advantage on your roll in order to not accrue damage to your body for this roll. That's an offer I'm making you because you're super powered.
Yeah.
Super Saiyan.
Yeah. I like the advantage.
Eurydice, clearly none of this light. No, none of it is wind aligned.
Sorry, I'm just looking through my stuff. I do have lightning essence. Can I utilize those?
Those are just little pockets of energy. They won't do anything.
Dang it!
That's like a drop in an ocean kind of compared to what you're doing.
I don't want to get rid of the advantage because advantage can come in handy. But even if I do 10% into the weapon, that's still 40 that I'd be channeling, and there's disintegration at 35.
No, you don't get disintegrated, but your body starts to feel like starts to break apart at 35 plus.
So what do you mean by break apart?
As in like at first you start to get hurt and eventually you'll kill yourself, and if you channel too much you'll explode and kill everyone else. So if you channel 10% beyond, I'm going to damage you,
but you're not gonna suffer any permanent damage because you only did it once. You do it again, then I start to do permanent damage. You do it again, and then you explode. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's not a clear cut line here. It's mostly about limitations and like consistent channeling.
All right. Well, I think in order for us to do this of the 300 foot, I'm gonna have to match the 50%. Yeah. I hope this doesn't come to bite me in the ass. Let's just roll it. Let's just pull a Steve. 10%.
You're keeping your advantage?
Yep. 10% into
the Storm Whisker? Okay.
Which, can I say that I've had the entire time I'm Blair, so they're like one. They're like, they are one.
Yes, you've had it for a long time. The Storm Whisker, if it could talk, would say, "I like you, Blair. Please don't put 10% into me."
Oh, would it say don't put 10%? Would it?
That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. It was a joke.
She was already freaking out. You just killed her right now.
It's a joke. Oh, that's too funny. Okay. Hey, it's matched. So you're dropping it to 54?
Yeah.
Okay. Where the fuck are my dice? There they are. Let's do it! Vortex! Expanding outward further and further and further until it reaches about 300 feet, climbs up into the sky about 300 feet, forming a dome. As the energies collide, the elemental properties of the energies will be stripped away, and as the elemental properties of the energies are stripped away, you'll be left with a like radiation that has a reddish hue that'll start to swirl about the same colors as Ophiuchus used to wield, and as it swirls, it'll completely cut away and destroy any cosmic radiation within this area, creating a pocket of just kind of neutral air. You are both successful at cleansing this area completely of astral radiation. As you finish, the creature will leap and will jump into the dome, digging its claws into the ground and slowing its approach. It'll prowl, just kind of putting one paw in front of the other and opening its maw in a snarl as it stares at the Warriors of Light one at a time, and its mouth starts to bubble with astral energy. All right. Did you want to do something, Trevos, before it arrived? We can retcon it.
I want to just prepare these rift cores.
I don't know what that means. What does rift core mean?
Are they, like, I wanted to ask some questions about it. Like,
okay.
Is it like, let's say I open the backpack, is it like 6 different batteries that is not connected?
There are 8 batteries connected. The backpack has a small display on the back of it that you can activate. Torbad explained that there's a universal switch that you can put in to funnel energy, but that of course all of the energy will not be funneled without some loss of energy if you were to funnel it into something. This is from before when you needed the energy to like hurt the faith tree, right? But there is like a little console on it, and you could play with the batteries are all connected together, and you could tell the backpack to do different things based on your knowledge of hacking. You could also roll engineering, but it would take a higher roll because you'd have to rewire stuff and like kind of bypass everything physically.
I don't have hacking as a skill, so I'm guessing
hacking is a skill though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I have engineering plus 23, but I don't have.
Okay.
So, I would like to ask this before. Like, are you guys planning on just like, what are you guys gonna do? Because I thought we were gonna blow our dear old friend up and get the fuck out of here. Am I
I
wrong?
wanted to see if we could siphon the radiation off of him, but
Like, I mean, we are in a dome. He's here. So what is the next step of your plan? Because I don't wanna prematurely blow him up. But I also don't want to get into a fight with him either, unless we have a plan to do something with him.
That should trigger.
we have.
From the cockpit, Trevos, you'll hear Balthier yell out, Trevos!
Yes,
I have a bloody plan.
I'm all ears because I don't think anybody else does.
Give me the backpack. Cut open a hole inside the cockpit and let me shoot at it with the battle gauss. When it attacks me, I'll trigger the explosion. All of you can run.
That sounds like an awful waste of Squirrel Restorative. I have your plan. I hear your plan. Just give me a sec.
We don't have enough time, and if you try to save him and save me and save everyone, then we will all die.
I am not trying to save everyone. I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm okay with killing him. I'm just trying to see if I can literally rip you out of there and carry you with me afterwards.
Don't you worry. Give me the bomb. I'll get his attention and blow him up. I'll be fine. I'll meet up with you later. I'm the leading man, after all. I won't die, ever.
Davos will, like, narrow his eyes at him, even though he knows he can't see him.
I'm serious. I'm not even lying. I haven't died up until this point. I'll meet you later. We'll meet in Arcadia. It's a place called the Brew House. I don't know if you've ever been to it. We'll share a drink. I'll be there in a fortnight.
I don't get to make it there in 4 minutes.
Just give me the bomb and I'll see you all later. Don't worry about it. I am not one for grand sacrificing gestures. I will survive, I promise.
Where are the rest of the group on this?
Doesn't
All right.
the oh my gosh. Doesn't Trevos have purgatory or whatever so he can sense if someone's blind to him?
Do you, Trevor?
I don't have purgatory. I have
Perjury.
no. That's you're thinking about the light align one. Light align one can sense when somebody lies.
No, you gained perjury from.
Oh yeah, I do have perjury. Yes.
You gained a racial passive called perjury. I can't remember where you got it from, but you got it outside the normal methods.
Yeah. And he's lying through his teeth. Like I don't.
No, he's not. He's telling the truth.
Oh, confident.
Travas will tell the rest of them this plan and tell them that I am okay with this plan. So unless you guys are planning on stopping me and have an alternate plan, this is what I'm doing.
I just wanted him to meet his brother one time before he died. I don't expect to save him.
I just wanted him to die without Zodiark's radiation and influence on him.
If you give me the bomb, you have to run. The explosion will not be a small one. You cannot detonate it and still be here and start running once the switch has been pressed. You'll all be caught in the explosion. If you give it to me, you can leave now. I can distract the beast, and I can kill it. Like I said, I'll meet you in a fortnight after you've defeated Zodiark. We'll have a drink. Scout's honor.
What about Shadow and Edge? Or would they be running with us, or are they staying with,
Edge would run with you. Because he promised Shadow to protect
you to protect the employer.
I can carry
His
Shadow.
Shadow's honor will not let him leave Balthier. And to be honest, Balthier by himself might not be able to get this thing's attention, but Shadow is a tank. He's a ninja. So Shadow will
He's
be able to get...
tired and his life energy, like...
Shadow will be able to get this thing's attention.
Trevosite. We can do it, but I need you to carry me as we run, okay? I need to concentrate.
Sounds good.
So you guys cleanse the area of radiation. You're abandoning the plan.
I'm just telling them what I want to do is.
I'm just
if they have a
clarifying.
different plan.
I don't
I'm
mind.
okay with the different plan. I just want to hear what it is. I just like.
The idea behind cleansing the area of radiation was to, well, in Miss Mess's hopes, like cleanse him in some way. But I think the way I see it, because we've done that, there is a drop in influence on him, but it's definitely not gone. So I'm going to utilize this moment to try to reach him, which is why I want Trevos to carry me while we run out.
I mean, if you want, myself and Jekyll can hit him again with non-elemental energy and see what happens. And if you guys want to do that plan, I would like to execute one of the plans now. But let's decide which one and go.
I think what I want to do happens in both. So, Blair, your last for the pain.
And Nibble
This is my favorite
here.
Miss Mess.
This song?
Yeah.
It's a good song.
Oh yeah, and Nibble too. Which hasn't heard in a while. Blair?
Blair will sadly nod to Trevos and tell him to go ahead and will abandon. She will telepathically, since she has the connection link with Nidhogg anyways, she will telepathically say, "Brother, I know you don't want to be a taxi, but we are in dire need of pickup."
You're contacting Nidhogg? Did Nidhogg do anything in the other fight?
Nope, he was just
No,
standing
he's
there.
waiting out the
Standing guard, and well, nothing showed up, so I guess he wasn't doing anything, which means he wasn't standing guard, which means I'm retconning that he was gone by the time you guys got out. Alright, as soon as he hears the message, he'll take off in his dragon form.
Putting you flying towards the
Transforming
enemies.
into his dragon form, which he hates to do, but he's going to need to do.
And then Blair just wants to say something as they're about to leave Ophiakis, but I think Trevos has to do his thing first. And it'll just be as we're leaving.
Trevos will give the backpack to Galtier and then grab Rumi so he can carry him.
Balthier will take the backpack, and he'll smile.
You owe me a drink. Don't forget.
I am many things, but I am not a liar.
Shadow will nod to you as well and just kind of clasp your arm. And then he'll turn and grab the pack for himself and turn it towards Balthier so Balthier can start using hacking on the pack.
Of course. It would be Midgaran defenses that I would be hacking into. How amateurish.
All right. Balthier and Shadow are getting ready. Edge
Oh, we need to
will
grab
hesitate
Eccles
for a
then.
moment.
but will keep his mouth shut and run forward. As the creature arrives, which would have taken a couple of minutes, would be about the amount of time that it would take Nidhogg to get here. So as Nidhogg arrives, the creature will just kind of land, like I said, snarl, and as it does, a bunch of shuriken will just kind of fly toward its face, causing it to twitch, turn towards the straw, and roar. As Nidhogg arrives, he will mount up, he will kind of lower his neck, allowing everyone to get up onto his neck.
We're into the next round now?
Yep, now we're into the next round. You guys can do things.
Okay. Since Travis is carrying me, I'm gonna close my eyes and focus back on the image that Nibble gave me, the stream leading to Alphiakis. I'm going to follow it as fast as I can. And can you tell me what I see?
At the very end, you'll see a young warrior training with a blurry image in what looks like a garden. The warrior has long white hair and wields a ruby blade. His brother wields an emerald one.
We will he'll walk up and call out, Zandros!
As you call out, the older brother will turn his head and will tilt his head as he lays eyes on you.
Do I know you?
Not yet, but you will.
Have we met?
We will. We will meet. Is that your brother?
He'll turn towards the other swordsman, who is now standing still, blurry. The garden is filled with flowers, and it is a very beautiful spring day. You can actually recognize most of the buildings since you've been to Lunera. He'll turn his attention to him and tilt his head.
I'm not sure who this is.
You're not sure, but you were sparring.
It is a recurring dream. Ever since I was cast into the abyss, I dream of fighting a young warrior in a garden. I don't know who he is. I know only that he holds no malice toward me. No matter how much I try to see his face, I can never truly focus on it.
Lumi will kind of tap into his connection with Wisp and just have him listen for a second. But what happens if you get separated? What happens if you forget about him? I heard you say that once before.
What happens? A song?
Yes, that's right. You
A
said,
song.
if we get separated, you will sing him a song, just like the one Sia sang to you. Remember? You need only follow your voice, and you will find him.
But he never found me.
I know. It took a
An
while.
eternity in shadow, and he never found me.
Because he was lost too. Wisp, can you come here?
Yes? I hear you.
I know you don't want to remember the days before, but the thought of you both not being able to see each other at least one time before the end, not being able to say goodbye like I couldn't say goodbye to Blaze, it tore me up inside. This is your brother, Dondros.
Is the party getting onto Nidhogg?
Yes.
Okay. Trevas?
Yes.
Edge is
Good
getting
for
onto
me.
Nidhogg. Nidhogg will take off and will fly away.
What about Jekyll?
Jekyll will teleport onto it as Nidhogg forgot him.
And what is the other Edge?
Edge,
Yeah,
I already said,
Edge is
went onto
already
it.
on there.
That voice.
A sky of scattered tears, 1,000 years apart.
Ryu?
Should they fade, I will not be afraid of the dark.
Son?
For your flame still burns inside me, deep within my heart, showing me
I am. I kept looking.
never too far.
I didn't really know. For what? I'm sorry.
Think nothing of it.
And when I cannot bear the pain,
You found me.
I'll look up to the sky and pray that though
And we are here,
you shall
at the end of all things. Together at last. Little brother.
It doesn't have to be the end.
You're twisted. He unmade you.
Yes. I don't know why. He was always so good to us. Do you remember the stories he read us? About the Great War and the Blight? About distant castles and cursed rings? The whole time, I remember I kept asking why. Why would he do this to me? And the specter had no answers. Only malice.
I think he's afraid of you. What you could do. of your potential.
I am undone. There is no more potential.
A fire that filled the night.
Thank you, Lumi.
I wish things were different. But at least we got to say goodbye.
Look after each other. A single flash of bright white light in the distance as a massive explosion just kind of rocks out as Nidhogg flies away, barely outrunning the shockwave from the explosion.
A sky of scattered tears.
Edge will just kind of flip around on Nidhogg, looking backward, and observing just kind of the sheer force of the explosion quietly.
For your flame still burns inside me, deep within my heart, showing me
Trevas? You'll hear Edge's voice for the first time.
never too far.
Yes. As he tightens his hold on Lumi a little bit, as the shockwave washes over them in an embrace.
You do know that Balthea was notorious. The only sky pirate that could lie to a judge.
Look up to the sky and pray.
Balthea has always been able to surpass their ability to detect deceit.
Did I know that for a fact? No, I did not. But did I know that in my heart? Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Here's to him then. A legend. Forever lost to the stars.
Forever remembered in the stars, as he is the main man.
As Edge says that, Jekyll will take off his hat and will kind of hold it to his chest and shut his eyes. As Nidhogg quietly flies off in the distance and ferries the party over to their companions.
Starlight.
Send me your votes for MVP.
Say goodnight.
Maybe you shouldn't have brought him.
Huh?
I was talking to Max.
Oh no, we
So
wouldn't.
one day-
It's okay. We wouldn't have been able to power the engine to begin with if you weren't here. Besides, you can't control that once.
Can I have retcon that as we're leaving, because Blair knows that there's some part of Ophiuchus that's still in there as she was getting on. In Draconic, could she have told the worm one last message as they were leaving?
If you did that, you might draw its attention.
That's the only problem. That's the only like reason I hesitate, because the whole point was Shadow taking its attention so that it would like attack the Strawl, you know? Wisp will go quiet as Ophiuchus leaves your minds and everything just kind of quiets down. The way back is a very solemn one.
Is the cosmos where we are the same that we see on Crystalis and Nova?
Yes.
Or is it different here?
No, it's the same. It encompasses the same space, but it's inside this like pocket. So yes, the short answer is yes. It is the same outer space that you see from Crystalis.
So because Blair had used her astromancy and wind stuff to find the pocket, and you said it went for like thousands of miles, she would know in space where that spot was where the explosion went off, right?
Which explosion?
The one where we just where people died.
Yeah,
Or
if you roll
Ophiuchus
astromancy,
died.
you can kind of memorize the place if you want. Sure.
Yeah. Can I get advantage since I already
I'll buffer it.
was in...
Yeah, that's enough. I'd say the DC would be about 15 to memorize the location. So.
Would I need a roll to memorize what Zandros looked like?
History, yeah. You could roll a history to memorize it.
Really?
Nope.
Guess it was blurry.
Yeah, it was blurry. His face is lost to time.
But Wisp would know it, right?
Wisp would barely remember it.
Because he's a
He didn't have enough time. Wow, Miss Smith.
What?
That's funny. Oh, it's not Miss Mess. It's fucking. Goddamn it, De Paula. Never mind. It's De Paula.
I was like, what did I do?
You didn't do anything, De Paula. Calm down, De Paula. It's not that bad. Oh my god.
I gotta go bio. Hold on.
I had 2 votes, if you guys are wondering. I had an MVP and an LVP.
Oh, I'll be right back.
I'm missing one. No, I'm not. Well, I'm missing Nibble, actually. Yeah.
Sure, gunshots.
This is back in Baltimore.
Starlight, say goodnight.
Yeah, I knew there was gonna be something that like I knew he was lying. Like
Oh, we all knew.
I didn't care what like perjury freaking if I had a nat 20 on a inside I wouldn't care. Like I knew he was gonna be getting into it with us.
As soon as he started talking, I was reminded of that one scene. I don't remember what exactly happened, but it was in Avatar when Toph was just kind of like curled up and just said he's lying as they like rode away. I think something similar happened. You know what scene I'm talking about?
Did you subtract 1 vote for my vote?
Brandon.
Thank you guys. That was a hard one. Like, I know I tried to sound like okay, this is final, this is what we're doing, but inside I was dying. Like, trying.
I did the thing I wanted to do, but it doesn't feel good. Still.
I think you guys had a shot to try and cleanse him. Cleanse the area, that was a good start. Of course, I respect your decision, too. It's not like it was a terrible decision, so...
What? It was a terrible decision?
That's not what I
It
said.
was a terrible decision. No,
what I said.
So I'm gonna be honest with
I
you.
thought you guys had a good start. Like, the idea to cleanse the area was a great start. You succeeded. I was surprised when you guys kind of just said, okay, we're not doing it. But I mean, it doesn't mean it was the wrong decision, because more could have gone wrong. You could have lost PCs. Like, it's true, there were risks. So, like I said, I think you guys did fine.
So my thing was, I thought what was going to happen. It's a chance thing, right? I thought we were gonna attempt and fail at cleansing at super close proximity, and that there was gonna be no choice of getting out of there. It was gonna be then and there fight.
I mean, a fight would have been dangerous because of the Wraith. There's no way that not only the explosion from the engines, but also you two cleansing that area, there's no way that did not get someone's attention.
Exactly.
And then the follow-up explosion.
And then the follow-up. Well, the follow-up explosion would not have happened.
Yeah.
But
Nidhogg flying away from that place at top speed,
I figured Brave would have been here.
It would have been dangerous. It wouldn't have been impossible to do an encounter. It just would have required a lot of management. Would have been very stressful. So, like, you guys took the safer option, which there's nothing wrong with. So, I mean, I'm fine with that.
I think if we were to have gone the cleanse route, we would have needed to have that, like, non-elemental blast from you and Jekyll mixing together, and then try to figure it out from there in the zone. Which probably means I have to contact him still, but that means I have to focus. And he's probably still rampaging. So, I was like... I think in that situation we would have lost more people.
Okay. Love you guys. I would love to stay on a little bit more. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of discussion, but like I'm in a lot of pain. So I'm gonna go, I've been like I'm just cruising last hour or so. So I'm gonna go lay down. Love you guys. Talk to you later.
Starlight, say goodnight. Starlight, I hear you calling. Fire, a fire that filled the night. Fire that warmed and brightened my life, my guiding light.
Okay. Session done. Everyone okay?
Yeah. A little somber.
Yeah, we can go into lobby to Miss Mess just to
Did you want to play Rivals?
there you go. Sure, if you want. Do you feel